Hello, I'm MC Toon, the worst rapper in the world. Good evening to you. It is St. Paddy's Day Eve. Yeah, exciting. That means that later tonight, when it is St. Paddy's Day here in Minnesota, I will be having a special celebration stream with the Irish Leprechaun. Or some people call him by something else, I forget, but I forget. Whatever. You know, that Irish guy who lives in Australia. Yeah. So tonight I have a debate with a guy that calls himself Flat Earth Watertown, New York, or Donnie Lee. And apparently he's running for city council in Watertown, New York. That's exciting for him, I guess. We'll find out maybe his platform and, you know, what kinds of things he will be presenting in, I don't know, or doing, or I don't know. I don't know that talk stuff. I don't know if he does either. He said he's running a little late. I did send him the link already. So in the meantime, we got a couple things. First off, I'd like to thank very much Angel Gamer, who said for $5, remember to turn on your fan, MC Toon. It is on. And it's, in fact, I have the internal fan maxed and the fan sitting outside of it maxed. So, oh, it's not even warm. It's nice. I glued, the fan I have blowing on is just a little cheapy rubber one that you plug into your phone. And I just got a USB to micro USB extension. So it works just fine. And we've got Marek Zając for 5 PlayStation Network dollars, or Polish Nokias. I don't even know. Anyway, he five of them. Thank you very much, Marek. And J. Danielle Kramer says, you mean his platform? Yes, we will anxiously await to find out what his political platform is. I'm sure he is a flexpert in many things. So let's see. Poland. Okay, it's a Poland zloty. Zloty. That's the currency. Very nice. So I have a couple videos to show from Donnie, but also I've got this fantastic one from that I found today on Daniel Pratt's Real Channel. So if you're not subscribed to Daniel Pratt's Real Channel, I will put a link to it in the description in the live chat here. Make sure that you subscribe to Daniel Pratt's Real Channel. I figure if we get more subscribers to Daniel Pratt's Real Channel than his other channel, it might, I don't know. What do you think he would say should there become more subscribers to that particular channel? Anyway, have a good time. Oh, J. Daniel Kramer. Yep, I'm not going to read that one, but thank you very much for that. Okay, let me get this set up. So there's a video on, there it is, on that channel, on Daniel Pratt's Real Channel, that is from DBoots the Diva, and I will play that as well. It is amazing. Amazingly, I don't know. It's something never before seen, maybe. I don't know. It's actually an old video. Let's see. There it is. That's the one. Let me get this set just right so that you can enjoy all of its crazy goodness. So let's see. Here is that. The audio is quite terrible. DBoots the Diva is not known for her audio mastering skills. Just letting you know. But so here we go. Let me make it a little bigger for you. There you go.
Today, July 6th, 2007, about 4:30 p.m. I'm just wondering what the heck is in our water supply? What the heck is in our oxygen supply of the metallic oxide salt that create a rainbow effect in a sprinkler?
That's right. DBoots the Diva's wondering what is causing the rainbow in a sprinkler. She's unaware of how it works. She thinks that there are metallic alkalized salts oozing out of the ground. She's a special one. Here we go. A little more.
What is oozing out of our ground
Yeah, what's oozing?
that allows this type of effect to happen? Not just around our sun and our moon anymore. Everywhere we look, the visible spectrum is rainbows. This cannot be natural. We all know it wasn't something that happened 20 years ago, but now it's happening now. We as a nation have got to ask ourselves, what the hell is going on? What is oozing out of our ground?
Oh, it's amazing. She's... Yeah, turn it sideways. I don't know why she's turning it crooked. That's, we need to raise our voices, people, before they take away our rights. I don't know what, apparently it's energy sources. That's her complaint. So there you go. That's yeah, she did not know that rainbows are normal in water, small water droplets. That's and you know, I find that with flat earthers a lot. They don't understand something, therefore they think the earth is flat. That's, you know, they misunderstand Coriolis. Therefore, they think the earth is flat. They misunderstand gravity. Therefore, they think, right? They misunderstand buoyancy and how a helium balloon is supposed to go up because of gravity. Therefore, gravity doesn't exist. It's all goofy. Oh, does Watertown find its own level? David, I will save that question for the Flexpert. Donnie Lee from Watertown, Flat Earth Watertown. So yeah, Sean Hawkins says it's all the oxydihydride in the water. You do need to be careful for the oxydihydride and the there's other there. Oh, we've got Donnie coming in here in a second. So just a second, Donnie, I will get you on screen and get your audio figured out and there is an echo, so you're gonna have to fix that. If you have earbuds or something.
All right, hold on. There we go. I was watching you on.
Oh yeah, okay. So all right, I'll get you. I think they can hear you. I have the volume down a little bit because it was feedback, and I will fix that.
Okay.
And there you go, a little higher, and there you are. How you doing, Donnie?
Hi. So, what's your first name?
You can call me Mike, or Michael. People call me Toon. Sometimes people call me Mactoon or Micktoon or McGoon, right, or McLoon or Mac Cartoon. One guy tried to insult me by calling me McBoom, which I took as a definitely a compliment. So, and you've heard of me, okay?
Yeah, I heard of you. I actually think, I don't remember whose channel it was on, but there was like 5 of us. Well, 2 were flat earthers. One was on the fence, and you were, of course, on the globe side. And I don't remember whose channel it was on, but I think I'd speak on that channel probably 8-9 months ago.
Have you been on Jose JG Gonzalez? Because
I don't think so, but I've been on lots of channels, but I do remember your name because I know I called you Looney Tune.
Oh, yep. Well, that's another one. I get that. So we've got
Looney Tune.
We've got a question from David already asking, does Watertown always find its own level?
Yes, we are on the east side of Lake Ontario, and we Black River that runs down right through the middle of Watertown to Lake Ontario. So yes, water finds its level in Watertown, New York. So I'm in upstate. I'm on a clear day, we can see Canada where I live. So
excellent. So B-Ball for Life was wondering, have you been drinking out of the Black River?
No.
Okay. And then already we've got a lot of questions coming out already. What is the map? What Sarcastic Barm is wondering.
Okay. So let me explain this map. This map is known in the flat earth world. This map is from 1593 and it's from Gerard de Jode. So I think you know French, but his name is Gerard de Jode, and it's from 1593. So if anybody wants to look that up and pull that up, they can do that. And the reason I put this on here is, do you see the four rivers?
Well, I see something that's not there, but yeah, I see whatever. Yep.
Okay, that's why I painted it on my wall.
Okay.
That's truly what's in the north. So,
okay.
Now, before we talk about flat earth, let me talk about old maps. So how many people do we have watching right now?
217.
Oh my goodness, that's a lot of people. So go to Google and Google maps 1500s of the North Pole. So when you start to Google maps from the 1500s of the North Pole, you're going to run into four rivers and you're going to run into four lands with a magnetic mountain every time.
Okay.
So those lands are important.
Now these people, they discovered them by exploring, or they put them on their map because of mythology.
They were cartographers.
But
these I have found at least 7 maps from the 1500s, 7 from different cartographers. Okay.
So they explored.
So when you start researching,
are you saying that they explored it?
They're cartographers. So yes. So now there might be some ones that redid some, like Mercator. We've heard that, right? Is that the one you're referring to, the Mercator one?
No, I'm just clarifying if this information about these 4 islands and rivers was from actual exploration, or if it was just put there because of mythology.
No, they're actually cartographers. They're not fantasy writers. They're not folklore writers or nothing like that. They're cartographers, and cartography is map making. All right. Okay. And these maps, these charts, now there's testimonies. There's lots of testimonies of these lands if you start to look into it. So let's get back to flat Earth. I mean, what I just told you is college level flat Earth stuff about those lands. But let's go back to the beginning. I want to tell you. So that's college level flat Earth information about the lands. So let me tell you how I found out 4 years ago. Just like you, I thought we landed on the moon. Just like you, I thought there was outer space and the planets were going around the sun. And I thought Earth was a spinning ball. And actually, I never questioned it. It never really came up. And then all of a sudden, one question woke me up. I woke up immediately from one question.
Okay.
And it was the question. It was from a friend of mine. And he said, Donnie, he goes, what if I were to tell you the Earth is flat? What would you say? I looked at him, crazy, right? Right? That's how I felt. I looked at him and I said, I've seen the Rocky Mountains. and they don't look flat to me. So that was my answer.
You said that?
That's what my reply was when somebody asked me 4 years ago, what would I say if I were to tell you the earth was flat? And I said, I've seen the Rocky Mountains and they don't look flat. Okay. So that was my reply. But here's what happened. 2 hours later, I go home and I said, why did he bring up flat earth? And it's stuck in my mind. You know, it was stuck in my mind. And I said, is this a new fad? New? Is this, what is this flat earth thing? And I had a smartphone, so I went to YouTube. I typed in flat earth in YouTube for the first time. Hundreds of videos popped up. Now, I'm talking back in 2017 here. So there wasn't there was a lot of good information in the beginning when it swept our country again.
Wait. This weird dichotomy, good information and flat earth. Anyway, sorry.
Okay, I understand.
Keep going.
So here I am thinking the earth has got to be spinning around the sun, right? It's got to be doing what NASA says, right? And all of a sudden, there's hundreds of videos about flat earth. So I start scrolling through the videos, and the one video jumped out to me was a video that was called, What on Flat Earth Does the Bible Say? And I jumped back, I clicked on the video. As the narrator was quoting scripture, I knew immediately that it to be true, because I said to myself, if God is in it, then it must be true. And then at the end of the video, real, observable, and repeatable science proves a flat, motionless earth with a firmament and waters. So I woke up immediately.
Hold on. What does? Your audio is cutting out. Your audio is cutting out a lot, so it's a little bit hard to pick up.
I'm
I don't know if it's a bad connection
I got a full connection. So where'd you lose me at?
You said something about measurements of something.
Measurements
about flat, something about, I don't know.
Oh, well, anyway, I woke up immediately because of scripture.
No, that wasn't.
Scripture woke me up.
That wasn't. It was something about everything measures flat, or something proves flat, or something like that.
Yes, everything we observe is a flat, motionless earth, and that's science, observable and repeatable, and we've been doing it.
And there's a hypothesis, and there is a measurements and testing and margin of error analysis in those things, right?
Yes.
Well, that'll be the first. Awesome. So you have some of these citations of measurements of flatness? And what's
a scientific tool?
And what's the margin of error in these measurements? Did you do a margin of error analysis?
Can you explain margin of error?
Oh, well,
what do you mean by a margin of error?
So if you don't know what a margin of error analysis is, then you've not done any science yet.
I do. No. Then, you missed a mistake. I know what you mean, but what are you saying that my margins of errors should be, is how I should rephrase that.
That would be up to the person doing the scientific experiment, and then, somehow documenting it, writing it up, maybe submitting it for review.
So you're right. Margin is zero.
There is no such thing as a margin of margin of error of zero in any measurement at all. There's no such thing. Nothing is a perfect measurement.
You just told me that it's up to the person doing it, and I did it, and there's a 0%
I suppose. And so
error.
then what happens if you suggest that your margin of error is zero? Then when peers review it, they'll say sorry, no. and then just send it back and say,
Well, then-
redo your margin of error analysis because it's not 0.
Why? Why is a margin of 0? Why is that such a big deal to be
Because
rejected?
You can't measure something with a 0 margin of error. And if you think there is, then you haven't actually studied science. So what degree do you have?
Well,
What STEM? What STEM degree do you have?
STEM degree.
Yeah, what STEM degree do you have?
Well, again,
Do you have a?
that's probably going to have to be 3.2%.
That's not a degree. So a degree would be like you went to college and got a degree in physics.
Did you get it?
Or
Come
engine.
on, I'm trying to joke with you. Listen, you're trying to throw numbers at me that don't make no sense. And what I'm saying is this is a science. So listen to real science.
Okay.
This.
Yeah. Okay. So what measurements have you done?
Do you believe
with that?
This is a scientific? What is this? Is this a?
You can
make measurements with this.
Yeah, you can use it to do scientific things. It's not great. There's not a whole lot of measurements you can do, but I suppose there's some things you could do with that would output some measurements. So all right. What measurements have you done with that?
So I've the stars is my favorite.
That's you've measured the stars?
Well, not in a sense where I know the distance, but what I have done with that is observe the stars. So what we flat earthers have observed is not the same thing if you were to go look up on NASA. So when we look with a telescope and our cameras,
wait, which one?
It's not the same as what NASA is putting out.
A telescope or a camera? Which one?
Both. I have both.
You have a telescope too?
Yeah, I'll show you.
All right.
But there's something you boys need to understand, you ballers, and this is a big misconception. You see this telescope?
Yeah.
I got one.
All right.
It's pretty big and bulky.
No,
right?
that's not big and bulky.
Well, compared to my camera.
Okay.
So here's this is 30 times more powerful than my telescope.
Oh, and okay. Continue.
30 more times powerful than that telescope I just showed you.
So what's the zoom of that? What's the zoom of that telescope?
This had the zoom. It's up to. Well, it starts at 70 millimeters. Let me show you. And it can go all the way up to 600.
70 to what?
The telescope can go a 70 millimeter all the way to a 600 zoom per millimeter zoom.
Okay. And what's the telescope do?
Well, the telescope is going to show you that when you look at the stars.
No. What's the zoom? What's the zoom? What's the zoom of the telescope? You said it. You said
it's not very much.
You said the camera is 30 times more powerful. Somehow,
right.
Yeah. So how are you measuring more powerful?
For what you can bring into view with it.
Okay. So there's numbers. There's.
I can get 30 times closer with my camera than I can with that.
Is that so? Okay. So what's the numbers on that telescope? I
just told you what it has for the millimeter of the zoom.
You said
lenses.
You told me for the camera.
You talk about the power. This has an 83 power zoom on it. The
Okay,
camera alone has an 83 power, so that means it can bring things 83 times closer to me.
What is the zoom of the telescope versus the magnification of the telescope? I'm talking telescope, not camera.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you're talking, all right. Well,
you don't know, do you?
I don't, because I'm looking at the camera or at the telescope and it's not on there.
So you said you said
about the power though. I'm talking about the lens power.
You said confidently that the
this
somehow
can only magnify.
It magnify what?
So go ahead, tell me. Tell me your curve.
You're the one making the claims that your camera is 83 times or 30 times more something than the telescope. But I'm asking. This
alone is already 83. Listen, that's only like 2.5, 3 times powerful. That's only like a 3 power, 2 power. All right. That's it. It's only going to bring things into focus. Just
bring things into
over
focus.
Half of what is. Yes.
I don't.
You have to understand. Why do you think it says 83 power on there?
I don't think you understand optics at all.
Well, that could be a true statement, but here's the whole thing.
Indeed it is.
I observe. All right, that's fine.
All right, so
you
that
can make fun of me all you want.
That camera is how many millimeter zoom at the max?
2000.
Okay. And what's in millimeter? What's your telescope?
You wanted the ratio? What?
I'm asking the millimeters.
Here's the camera.
Yeah. 300.
So what? Well, either way, okay. What I'm telling you is that NASA's giving us CGI animation, and they're not going into space. And what I have this telescope that's cheap, but this camera that's really expensive.
How much was that? How much was that camera?
It was free from one of my subscribers.
Yeah. How much is it? How much is it new? What's its retail price?
Probably gonna have to bust out about 800, probably.
You sure? They've come down.
Well, then it's still not going to be that. Well, probably 650 at least.
Yeah, it could
but anyway, it was a free gift. How much did you see in there?
$500 for a used one on Amazon.
You're right. They have been. They have come down.
So
this one was a used one that I got.
Yeah. All right. So
this was a used one that subscribers gave me.
Yeah. So you don't actually know any of the details about your telescopes. You can't really compare your telescope to your camera. Right?
I can tell you by the zoom. Listen, yes, you can. You can tell by observing, by looking down through it and what it shows.
Oh, okay.
Listen,
okay.
You're trying to come at me with numbers. Listen,
our numbers.
I understand where you're coming at. You're right.
My numbers tough.
I don't know your numbers. Okay.
Okay. So
yeah, when
you're the one that started with the numbers. You're the one that started with the numbers. You said the camera was 30 times more something than the telescope.
Yeah, more powerful.
More powerful. Now, normally, so in optics, you don't use the word powerful. You talk about zoom or millimeters or things like that. So.
Okay, then what do you use then in your world of optics?
Well, millimeter would be a good way. So,
I did tell you the millimeter of the camera.
Yes, but not the telescope.
And the telescope. I told you it was 70-100. I told you that.
Wait.
70 millimeter, 600. I told you that.
The telescope is how much?
70, between 70 and 600 millimeter.
The telescope is.
Yes.
Okay. You cut out in and out, so it's a little bit like you miss like when you're saying something, and I'm not trying to.
I'm sorry that.
So yeah.
But I told you that in the beginning. So when you were trying to tell me no, because I told you the millimeters.
Okay, so we say
So anyway,
70 to 600 millimeters. Now, normally telescopes don't have a zoom. That would be a zoom telescope, which is new. Maybe could you pull it up and we could look? I'm sure that some of the people, I mean, I have a lot of people in the live chat that are interested in this and have done a lot of. In fact, I have a couple things ready.
How about this? No, how about this?
Okay.
Get your own telescope and get your own camera and go look down it and see what you see and record.
I can.
What we are doing is not the same. Well, here's another thing. Were you ever a service member?
No.
You were not. Okay. I was in the Navy.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what I did in the Navy?
Not navigation. Definitely not navigation. Right? Did you ever use?
I was an aviation. Yeah. Okay. I was an aviation safety mechanic, and I was in squadron electronic attack squadron, VAQ 139. So I was a mechanic.
Okay, a mechanic
for an EA-6B Prowler. So yes. Now listen, but it wasn't just any aircraft. Do you know what an EA-6B Prowler is?
Like I said, I wasn't in the military, so I don't know. And I'm sure okay. A lot of people in the audience also don't know.
Well, let me talk to you now. The EA stands for electronic attack.
Okay.
Right? So I worked with aircraft. I'm trained in flight. Okay? The basics of operation of flights.
Okay.
I watched some of your stuff. Listen, McToon, I've seen some of your stuff, and you always make up stuff about gravity. All right? Planes get their lift from high and low pressure, which density and buoyancy describes. You see, you claim that gravity. No, listen here. Stop looking at CGI animation, because here is a member of the Navy. I'm a veteran now who worked with aircraft. The Earth is indeed flat and motionless. Now, you're right. I'm not really good at all this new. This is new to me. This optics. I've never had a laptop before.
Okay.
Listen, this is my first laptop. This is my first telescope that was given to me. Actually,
you're kind of all over the place here.
My optics. But listen, I don't want you to sit there and try to trip me up over numbers, because you can always get lost in numbers.
Okay.
Important is what we observe.
Oh no! Okay? Oh no! Not at all.
You have to get your head.
You're not building an airplane.
Get your head off of pages and numbers.
You're not building an airplane without numbers. I guarantee that. I guarantee all of the things that you learned.
Hey, guess what? Listen,
required numbers to build.
You need to be quiet for a minute, because you're out here spreading lies. You're out here spreading lies to people. All right. When they launch from Florida, they go out to sea. Did you know that? When they launch from Florida, they go out to sea. Did you know that?
Control your ADHD.
No.
Let's go one topic at a time, okay?
Listen.
One topic.
No, because you want to sit there and make fun of me over some things. Big deal.
That you don't understand.
These things.
But I might say that
it's all propaganda.
Your inability to grasp science is not a valid argument against it.
Science must be observable.
Uh-huh.
This proves a flat, motionless Earth.
Science,
the stars.
Science does not prove. Science does not prove things. So, you already have declared you don't understand science.
What do you mean? Science doesn't prove? Listen,
I mean science does not prove things. Absolutely.
How about this? Hey, Mr. Scientist, Mr. McToony Loontoon.
Uh-huh.
Can you explain the CGI animation green screen's fisheye lens? How about let's talk about the fisheye lens?
Actually,
what it does the horizon.
What I didn't
listen,
make any claims
you
about that.
are
So
a
that's
dirtbag.
that's
Listen,
a
you are a dirtbag that goes after flat earthers.
what? But you have no evidence, dude. You just
All right?
misunderstand things.
You are a dirtbag that goes after flat earthers.
You just don't understand things.
That's the trip me up over some numbers. Go ahead.
It's clear
you're a dirtbag. Don't understand nothing. You're blinded.
Look,
it's clear
not understanding things isn't proof of
Go to my
flatness.
videos.
I've looked at your videos. They're ridiculous.
My videos.
They're ridiculously bad.
Why are they ridiculous?
Because you don't know how to focus your own camera. That's the problem.
I'm learning.
You have out of focus pictures.
But if you go, listen,
and you're sending out of focus pictures
to your
mayor.
Out of focus is not out of focus.
Yeah, it certainly is out of focus because you don't know how to focus your own camera. That's the problem. And you can tell because you can see in the bokeh, you can see how many blades are in the lens of your aperture. Not the lens of your aperture. You can see how many blades are in your aperture. I have right here a 50 millimeter fixed lens right here. It's a prime lens. It's from my camera that it lost. So right here.
Show your video of what you zoom in on that.
Right here.
What do you show? Show me your video of you zooming in.
Shh, listen up, I'm teaching. All right. You see here, you see how big you can see there.
Now videos look like.
Now I'm shrinking that. You see that gets small, right? And I can twist this back and it gets big.
Right.
That's the aperture. I'm opening and closing the aperture, right? There's blades in the aperture. And in this lens is not a very expensive lens. The aperture has straight edges to the blades.
Show me a picture.
I'm teaching. Listen up.
Show me a picture of what the stars look like in your camera.
I will. Just a second. I'm teaching though, so you understand.
No. If you're saying the flat earthers are out of focus,
yes, I will.
Show me.
I'm getting to the point. You need to listen because
the globe is saying.
It's time for you to learn.
Claiming that we're out of focus.
Yes, just wait. I will show you the pictures.
Right. I'm new.
Listen.
You're absolutely right.
This is the
I'm
wolf.
new to optics.
Ears open, mouth shut. Okay, listen up. I'm talking so you understand in just a minute when I talk about aperture. All right, 6 blades, straight edges on this. Better lenses have more blades to the aperture, and sometimes they're even curved, so that as they shrink down, the bokeh is not a geometric shape. It's a circle. Right now, do you know what a bokeh is in a lens, in a picture?
I have video of stars that are really.
Do you know what a bokeh is? Do you know what a bokeh is in a picture that's?
I don't know your terms. No.
Okay, so we can see in your videos the bokeh, and in the bokeh we can see how many blades are.
Show me a picture. Listen. Every time I put up a video of a star, and I've been getting some really good ones lately.
All right, there is.
All right, now show me a picture.
A proper telescope. You can see on the back end of that telescope that there is a camera attached to it. Okay, that's a.
Show me what a star looks like, or whatever they're zooming in on.
Right there.
On here. No.
That telescope.
No.
That telescope took that picture.
CGI. That's not real.
That's not real. You are a liar.
That's not real.
That was taken.
CGI. You can tell. Look at those stars that got the crosses. That's not real, folks.
That is your ignorance.
That's not a real image of the heavens.
Don't understand
that is not a real
anything.
Image.
That is taken.
That is not a real image.
With this telescope.
No, it isn't.
You ignorant idiot. That was taken with this.
That's some kind of computer generated. That's CGI.
That's you being an ignorant idiot again.
Animation.
Yes.
Here's that telescope that you're showing.
Here's another picture.
What telescopes show, folks.
Yeah, you don't have a telescope.
Listen.
You have a $100 telescope, a cheap junk telescope.
Those are not real photographs.
And do you have
that telescope
is programmed to show that to you? Donnie,
that is not a real optical image.
Are you that stupid that you think a telescope is programmed to do that? Wow, how stupid is that? amazingly stupid. That is so
Listen,
incredibly
that's not real.
stupid.
That is not
Wow.
observable.
That is
Look,
with this telescope. Go
those
get
images,
go
those
get a
are
real
images.
telescope, dummy.
Listen,
Hey, dummy.
That is not what is really up there, folks.
Hey, dummy. Go get a real telescope.
Listen,
not your junk
this
out
is
of
a
focus
cheap one
camera,
that anybody
stupid.
can look down.
I can't believe how
Listen,
gullible and
those
ignorant you are.
images were not real.
Absolutely. You can take them with a good
Those
telescope.
were not real images.
Just because you don't understand telescopes. That's the problem. It's completely new to you and you don't even know what bokeh is because you're ignorant of how photography works, how optics works. It's embarrassing. And you're sending these dumb, incredibly stupid videos to your city council, and they're mocking you on purpose, and rightfully so, because this is a real telescope, and this is the kind of picture you get from a real telescope.
That's a fake image.
But you didn't use a
That's not
telescope.
real,
You
folks.
have no clue.
Look at it. You can tell. You can tell it's fake. and
You
it was
can
made in
think
Photoshop.
this is an actual photo taken by an actual telescope,
No, it isn't.
and you are too stupid to understand it. That's the
No.
problem.
I
Absolutely. How would you like to
absolutely
talk?
believe-
How would you like to
Look,
talk
hold
to
on a
the
second,
to the
hold on a
person
second.
that
I
actually?
believe that telescope
I don't care about
showed
your
that person
belief.
that.
I don't care about your beliefs.
I believe that telescope
Yeah.
showed that person
Yeah,
that.
it's
I
just a
believe it
telescope.
Showed. Listen.
Yeah,
you have to
you're too stupid to understand these things.
understand that
Go
a-
get your own telescope. Get a real telescope, not a junk camera that can't focus.
What was that? Your
Yeah, you're cut out there. Hello? You froze. Don't know what happened to him. Waiting for him. Now, I sent a leak to the person that took these actual pictures with this actual telescope. What an absolute turd. To just blindly follow his YouTube masters that say that has to be fake because that changes his reality. It challenges his reality. So I will, while he's maybe trying to reconnect, I will read a few super chats here. Thank you to everybody. I don't know what happened. I did not kick him. Maybe he ran off. So let's see. We've got Connell Silverfur says, as a city councilman, will you vow to remove all dihydrogen monoxide from your city's water supply? I will definitely ask him if he gets back. I've never seen such behavior in a war room before. Who used to be called I Only Want to Talk About Celestial Poles, I think, right? Says, what causes the celestial poles on the globe model? Asylum says, first people on the North Pole was 1909. Kind of awkward. Yeah, kind of awkward. Asylum also asked, so why is all navigation based on a globe? Truth Nerds, Donnie Lee, how much there is to see? Just open your eyes and listen to me. Earth's not flat. You've been so misled. Oh, Donnie Lee. Thanks to the Hooters. I suppose I should have been singing that. Sorry. Kind of rhymes, doesn't it? Yeah. Connell Silverfur says, I won't find my way. I can't know the difference. I don't care how far. So now I'm all wrong. Is that another song? Oh, darn it. Yes, you can manually focus with a P900. I have a video primed. I'll show here in a minute. A Geist View, I did send you an invite. B-Ball for Life, dude, P900 is not a telescope. And we've got Corn Tech is a new member. Thank you very much, Corn Tech. Asylum, a P900 does 93x. I can grab a $150 telescope with 675x zoom. Absolutely. That's the thing. A Nikon P900 is a horrible camera to look at stars because it's difficult to get it to focus right. You have to like do some tricks because it tries to fight against you. It's always hunting. Let's see. Oh, somebody says it's a spoof of I Can Go the Distance. I'm sorry. Is that a heavy metal song? I don't know. Corn Tech says, you sir have more patience than I. Best regards from Northeast Ohio. Oh, here we go. He's a ham. KC8RBJ. RBS. KC8RJS. I screwed it up a couple times. I'm sorry. Benny Beanman says, cool how they can make new ways to say the same thing. Yes. Frank Palmer, new member. Welcome to Newton. Thank you. Man, Golden. Oh my goodness. They came up quickly here. Golden Brisket says that's a Meade Infinity 700mm aperture, 600mm focus length, $106 new. Yeah. A cheaper telescope that can zoom better than his, or about the same as his camera, right? Donnie, what's the formula for buoyancy? Yeah, because he was a mechanic. He can tell us how buoyancy and density keeps a plane up. No, I'm sorry. And you're not going to make a plane without numbers. So that kind of needs that. Aaron Findley, FDFE Craig, was also in the Navy. His job was to calculate the amount of fuel needed when sailing. Why do we base all of his calculations on a globe? The Haversine formula. You just can't get away from the Haversine formula. If the Earth were flat, you'd use... we probably would not have a polar coordinate system. We'd probably just use a straight Cartesian. Maybe we would if it were circular. In that case, you'd use the polar distance formula, not the Haversine formula. Okay. Kitsumi Cavalier is asking to explain bokeh to the rest of us. I will, since he wouldn't be quiet long enough. Cretan Ball. Oh wait, so Truth Nerd says the four fundamental forces of flight are thrust, drag, drift, lift, and gravity. Nice try at an appeal to authority, though. Cretan Ball, incoming rage quit detected. Absolutely. Oh, that is it. We've got Geistview is working on coming in. He doesn't have the audio set up yet. So yeah, Cretan Ball, you totally nailed it. Asylum says those remind me of my nebula long exposures. Rufus St. Hibbins said that guy's face is almost as punchable as water is level. It's a good competition there. Truth Nurse says look up the Hooters for Johnny B. So that is a song, I guess. And let's see, we've got one final one here. We've got Asylum cough cough. Toon got corona cough cough. I tell you, anytime I cough, tell me it's not the truth for all of you. Anytime you cough, you're like, oh no, what is it? I've had, you've noted, I've had like this thing for a while in the fall, or not the fall, in the spring, around February, March. I often get this, and it's allergies or it's irritation, it's dry air. I don't know exactly what it is, but I am coming out of it, but I still have like this mucus that goes. And so sorry, I don't want to get into that. Jose JG, my P900, the Jaren, is the best camera ever. It's famous. Absolutely. Geistview, are you, let's see. There you go. I was on, I had to change a setting to allow them to unmute themselves. There it is. I see you're unmuted. How you doing, Geistview?
Good yourself.
I'm
good. And I promise to be good.
Well, he ran off already. I think.
Yeah, I see that.
It was a quick rage quit. It was less than an hour. He showed up late, maybe half an hour even. So, yeah, Sean Hawkins. I'm afraid to cough in public nowadays. Absolutely. So let's see. People were wondering about bokeh. Now, how do you pronounce it, guys?
It's pretty much like you're saying it. Bokeh.
Okay. Yeah. So there's it's, I don't know. It's probably it's a not English word. Donnie was out of his element. Yeah. He has no clue, right? He thinks that his ignorance of things is proof of things somehow. So, I'm going to share you sent a couple pictures. So right now is showing the picture of your telescope that somehow Genius Donnie thinks is programmed to. So explain to us how this could be programmed.
It can't.
There's
literally it's a big light bucket with a camera at the end of it, and the camera just sits there and stares at the same point of sky for hours if I need to.
Yeah.
And then you take all those images and then you do what you got to do.
Yep.
In a nutshell.
So let's go over these. This one, what is this one? Oh,
I can't see it.
Oh, I'll share it to you. Hold on a second.
Yeah, I turned off YouTube.
There we go. All right.
That's Beetlegeist, or however you want to pronounce it. Beetlejuice, Geist, whatever.
I say it like in the movie. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice.
Yeah, people pronounce it different ways. I just say Beetlegeist.
He didn't show up. Darn it. I was hoping. Oh, he's coming back. He's coming back.
I thought you knocked me off. That's not real.
I did not knock you off. All right. Well, I would like to introduce you to Geistview, who is on the line with us, and he owns this telescope.
Hi, Donnie.
Who is it? Okay. Now, the images, listen, there's no doubt in my mind that telescope shows those images, because that's what you claim, right? That's what you're saying?
That's what the telescope sees when it's staring into the sky, yes.
No, that's a star map created by a computer with a guy. That's not real. Those images are not what we observed in the heavens when we look up.
Donnie, that is what we observe when you take a telescope. It's a big light bucket, and you put it on a tripod, and you have it stare at one point in the sky. Donnie, I'm not done. And you have that light bucket stare at that part of the sky.
I'm telling you how it is. Those images are not real images.
Well, what can be asserted without evidence can be dismissed. Can be dismissed without evidence.
Okay, here's the whole thing. I understand that I'm new to optics, and I don't know all these. Like, I don't even know what kind of telescope that is. But I'm telling you, the images that are being shown are not real. They are computer-generated imaging.
And your evidence for this is what? Your evidence for this.
MC, can you bring up that last?
You can look right at them. That's not what we observed.
Donnie, behave yourself, okay? Sorry, guys.
Donnie, sorry, MC, can you bring that last picture up that I sent you on Twitter?
Oh, sure.
That's not real.
Yeah, quit saying this unless you got evidence. All right, let me grab the one.
Go back to it and I'll show you.
No, you
Go
have
back to it and I'll show you.
Evidence, please. Go get your evidence, your forensic analysis.
Yes.
That you did not do.
Go back.
Yeah, you're not.
Go back.
Do you have some forensic? Do you have some forensic analysis qualifications?
MC, can you please bring up that one picture, the last one?
The
black and white one.
Yes. All right. Hold on. Gotta save it. And for some reason, Twitter always names them with _ large on the end instead of just .jpeg. So I gotta switch them. Wish I wouldn't do that. There we go. Got that. Move it over here. Was it? That one? Nope. This one.
The black and white one.
Yep, I got it. There we go. That one.
Okay, Donnie, that is a picture taken of the Mercury transit of the sun. Is that fake or real?
Well, I probably would agree that there is something.
Donnie, I'm not asking about what it is.
The face of the sun.
Donnie, I asked, is that picture fake or real?
Well, I would ask why it's 2021 and I'm looking at a black and white photograph. That's
Donnie,
my question.
It's a straight question. You can just answer with a straight answer. Oh, you don't know? Okay.
So, I don't know. Looking at it, that is my first question.
That is the planet Mercury transiting the sun.
I have questions.
Is that picture fake or real?
The claim that it's the planet Mercury is false.
Once again, Donnie, is that picture fake or real?
It may be a real photograph, but it is not Mercury, the planet.
How'd you determine if it's real or fake?
Well, like I said, It's 2021. Why are you showing me a black and white photograph that doesn't
Just-
show anything in
Just
focus?
answer the
You
straight
can't tell.
question.
All I
Donnie,
see is a black dot.
Donnie, it's that picture is in color.
Well, then show me that picture in color.
It is.
It is in color.
Now, why is it only black and white?
It's in color, Donnie. It's
Hey,
a picture of the sun.
I'm the
with Mercury
colorblind one
retrograde.
here, people.
Is that picture fake or real, Donnie?
Well,
It is a
let's put
picture
it this
of the
way.
sun.
I see a black dot. I see a black dot, and it's undetermined what it is.
I didn't ask you what the black dot is, Donnie. I said, is the picture fake or real?
It doesn't look like anything I've seen.
So you're saying it's fake?
Just answer the question straight, Donnie. Can't
I
you?
did
Can't you
answer the
just
questions?
no fake or real? There's only two words that
And I told
that would
you
answer
the
it.
question I have. So when I observe,
Donnie, answer the
this is the
question.
first
You're
time
not
you've
gonna
seen
be-
this
Donnie,
photograph.
you're not going to be able to run from this, Donnie.
And I told you I
Is it
don't know.
fake or
But
real?
looking at it, I got questions.
Okay, that's fine.
What's
Your
wrong with me
question-
saying
my
I
question
don't
is, is it
know?
fake? My question is it fake or real?
And I said I don't know.
No, what you did is you gave me a moving. What you did is put out a moving goalpost. So if I answer it one way, you're going to
Yes,
answer
I
this
gave
way.
questions because I don't know. I don't know. I have questions.
Okay, so
What's your question?
you can't tell if it's fake or real, is what you're saying.
Right. And my question is, all I see is a black dot. So how can I determine what that little black dot is?
Okay, that's not part of the. That's not the question. We're talking about the image itself, not what's in the image. But that is a picture of the sun.
So I would say that it's false picture based on its Mars transiting the sun.
Okay,
I
Donnie,
would say
that was
that's a false
Donnie.
statement.
No, I'm not talking about the statement, Donnie. I'm talking about the image. The image, Donnie, not what's in the image, because I know that is the sun. But is the image itself fake or
Okay.
real?
And I said, I do not know because it's not like anything I've seen.
So you're saying, I like what you're doing, Donnie. You're giving a basically an answer that you can move the goalpost. So if I say one thing, you can say, well, I didn't say it was fake. And then you're going to change your argument.
I'm giving you the straight, honest answer when I look at this photograph or
I'm asking,
image or
how do you-
whatever
okay.
you call it.
It is an image. Are you saying it's fake or real?
So I don't like that it's an image, so it's not a photograph.
So it's not real.
What was it taken on? I have questions looking at it because really all I can determine is there's a black dot.
Okay, I don't care about the black dot right now, Donnie. We're talking about is the image fake or real? And you seem to be very scared about answering things definitively.
No, well, I told you I have questions about it, and it's definitely not Mars, the planet,
I didn't say it was
transiting
Mars.
the sun.
Donnie,
It's
I have-
not.
No,
Donnie,
nobody
I
said
have-
it was Mars.
Donnie, I have images of
Then
Mars.
what was it then? What was
Donnie.
it then? Who said it was something?
I took the image, Donnie.
Then what is it then?
It's Mercury,
Right?
Donnie. It's Mercury, Donnie.
Okay,
But is
Mercury.
the
No,
image
it
fake?
isn't.
Donnie, you're deflecting. You want to go to what is the little dot, and I'm talking about is the image fake or real?
I would say, based on that, you took this photograph, that's your photograph, so I would say that it's a real photograph.
It is a real photograph.
So that's what I would
Okay.
determine on your statement that you're the one that took it. So I'm taking you at your word that this
Donnie,
is a
that
real
was-
photograph.
Donnie, that was taken with your camera.
Well, your Nikon P900, okay.
Yes, was taken with a Nikon P900. MC, I'm going to go ahead and mute real fast. I'm going to send you a couple more images.
Okay. Yeah, so the P900 is a troublesome camera because it is a consumer level camera. And that means that some of the things that you'd get in a higher end camera you don't have, like like fixing chromatic aberration at high zoom and its autofocus is sometimes troublesome. And whenever you autofocus on a solid field with small amounts of differentiation, autofocus really struggles. So you need to turn off autofocus, put it to manual focus, and focus to infinity. Simple, right? Now, you probably don't know any of what I was talking about there, do you? Was that all?
It's all right here.
All right, I'm on.
What's all right here?
We just talked about is all right there. Talking about going from auto to manual to different settings. Here's all my settings. Yes. I know the difference between auto and manual.
Okay,
And
so why did you
manual.
not set the focus to infinity when you do your stuff for the stars?
Well, I've been testing it. I just got that camera.
Okay, but why don't you set
And
manual?
I do have good images.
Why don't you manually set the focus?
They're not images, they're actual videos.
Why don't you take and set the focus to infinity and use that? Why don't you set the focus to infinity manually?
Well then,
Wouldn't that make more sense? Because then you don't, because when you're taking a video or a picture of something far away that you know is far away, and you know that the autofocus is going to struggle, set it to infinity. That's what you do. Now I have a question. While Geistview is away, I have something here that's pretty interesting.
I wouldn't listen. Okay, I understand that. I got lost. Oh, here we go. What's it? Yes, that's out of focus. I agree. That is an out of focus. That's out of focus.
Yeah,
I agree to that. That one's out of focus.
Yeah, that they look like yours.
I don't know what that is. Yes, none of mine look like that, by the way. But yes, I agree.
So what's this?
See, there we go. There we go.
What's that?
We got some more looking. Here we go. That's not out of focus, people.
Are you sure?
These ones, those are not out of focus. Yes.
Actually, it is. You can see the bokeh in that, and I'll explain. Now, people are wondering what that was, what bokeh was.
No,
so
look it down here. No.
I will explain.
Look at this one.
I'll explain. I'll explain what bokeh is. All right.
Go to my channel.
I'm
Go
about
to my channel.
I have your videos queued up, ready to go. But now look at this. You can see right here. There's a circle.
That's not my video.
I know. Be quiet and listen. I'm teaching. Okay. This is free. You're getting free education here. People pay for this. Okay. You see the middle, that circle, and then you see some crosses. You see a plus. It's actually kind of a diagonal, so it's kind of a multiply type thing, right? You see that? That is the bokeh. What that's doing is that's showing you, because it's out of focus, it's showing you what is inside the camera. You're actually seeing the focusing elements and the different parts of the camera that's in here. And
Can you pull up my video?
Hey, I will, but just wait, okay? So this is in focus right here. Let me get right there. That's in focus.
I don't know.
And then he shows.
That
so
is.
This
that?
is.
What are you trying to show here?
Right here. This is the telescope he took that with. This is the telescope he took that with. Now you can see there on the end of the telescope, there's a circle, and then there's that little cross, the diagonal crosses on there that you see, that you saw earlier in the bokeh of the out of focus image. This is just a Newtonian telescope.
Nikon V900 don't have the, listen.
Yeah,
video.
You're interrupting me, all right?
Can you please pull up my video?
Yeah, just a second here, Donnie. So that's that. People who understand optics look at that and they say, "Oh yeah, that's what that is." This is well understood. It's been understood for a long time because optics are not brand new. Telescopes have been around for quite a while. So I will get yours.
I'm back.
All right, I hear that you're back. I will get yours, Donnie. I'll drop this in here. We'll look at this. I'm going to turn off the audio because we don't need that. So here is, let's see. There you go. This is what you think is in focus. It is not in focus. This is out of focus.
I get the same effects taking pictures of
Okay.
lampposts.
Can you go to my channel. Now, my most recent one has the moon as the thumbnail, but the first thing I do, and I got a really good clear picture.
Okay. Well, explain it while I look it up.
Do you see it?
I'm not there yet.
Okay,
Just
it's
wait.
the thumbnail. It's my most recent. It has the moon as the thumbnail.
Yep. Okay.
It's probably show that video because it starts off with the star, and
The one that's labeled
this is definitely in focus.
Star over Watertown from yesterday.
No, not that one. It has the moon. It has the moon as the thumbnail.
From a week ago
Do you
that
see
says
the moon as the thumbnail?
a week ago that says star and half moon.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think that's the video that shows the good one that I got.
All right, I'm downloading it. Just a second.
Oh, you have to download it?
To put it on here. Sometimes I download, sometimes I just play it straight off YouTube. I prefer to download it because it fills the screen better, because you can see in the example here that there's no like YouTube controls around it.
AMC, if you want, while you're waiting, you can bring up that last black and white photograph that we had up, and then if you want to choose any of the 3 that I just sent you with the quote unquote black dot.
No, I will. I'll give Donnie a chance here. I'm downloading. It's almost done.
Muting.
So that photograph that you showed me, if you claim that it's really your photograph is nothing what NASA shows us. When NASA shows us the sun, it looks way different than what you just showed us. So I would already say what you observe.
Donnie, just wait.
Yep. I can tell you have some ADHD going on, Donnie. You cannot stay on one topic.
I'm really mad at Globers because you guys keep doing the runaround.
The projection is real. All right. Oh, it's downloading really slow for
I don't let my
small.
friends believe in the globe Earth. So
Okay,
I'm known for putting people in headlocks and making them believe the truth.
Oh, that's sad. Sad, lonely life.
No, it was a figure of speech. There was a figure of speech. I don't really do that, but I make sure they know the truth.
Are you still working in the airline aviation industry somehow?
No,
that's good.
All about kicking politicians' asses right now. I'm all about that's good.
Hey Donnie, just a heads up. Just a heads up. I'm retired Army, so you can't BS me on anything.
Well, good. Can you look up VAQ 139?
All right, here we go. This is your video. What do you got?
Yeah, start it from the beginning. Start it from the beginning.
There you go.
Is this the one that has the moon in it too? Yeah, that's in focus. Look at that.
That's not in focus.
That's in focus. Look, why is it flashing like that? That's really good.
Yeah, that's
a really good P900.
That's a crap camera is what you're seeing there, and not using it right.
That looks really good.
That's so out of focus. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that is not in focus. I mean, you just saying it's in focus doesn't make it go in focus, right? You can, for much less money.
Better focus, sure. Listen, I would agree that I could probably do a better job, but
the focus.
That's really good. It took me a long time. Listen, it took me a long time to get that to look good in the camera.
Yeah,
it took me several minutes.
You were looking for a particular.
I could show all the colors.
But it's out of focus. And it's
remember that first photo?
And it's suffering from chromatic aberration.
That's what the stars are.
Do you know what Listen, do you know what chromatic aberration is?
Of course not. It doesn't.
No. You don't, do you?
Of course you're right. I don't know what chromatic whatever word you just used is.
Yeah, okay. Then you're really not qualified to even have this conversation. You're not tall enough to ride the ride. That's the problem, Donnie.
Look at that. That's real.
Yeah, that's an out of focus. Everybody that understands
it isn't.
Everybody that understands photography knows right away, instantly seeing this, that's out of focus. Because you got that P900 only to do this. You didn't go. You don't have a
focus Nikon P900 camera, please. Can you show me an in focus star with the Nikon P900?
That's in focus with the Nikon P900 right there.
But that's
looking at a
not
star. The sun
that's
is
not
a star. Okay, MC.
Yes.
Before we go to, if you want to bring up, okay, Donnie, Donnie, you say this right here is a picture of the sun with an Nikon P900, right?
But it's not the star.
Donnie, the sun is a star, but right now we're talking about you saying
no, it isn't.
Donnie, right now
the sun is not a star.
Just saying no doesn't stop it. You'd have to somehow have some evidence to support your claim, which we know you won't have.
Well,
so
when I observe it, does that look like a star? No.
Donnie, is this a P900 picture of the sun? Donnie, is this a P9 picture of the sun?
Pull up.
Donnie,
Pull
is this
up
a picture of the sun taken with a Donnie, is this taken with a P900 of the sun?
Of the sun. Now, show me an in-focus.
Hold on, Donnie.
Star.
See if you want any of the other two that have the quote-unquote dot.
That's out of focus to me.
I'm
looking at
grabbing.
an out of focus picture. I'm looking at an out of focus picture. That's out of focus. Look at it.
MC, if you
the straws are gone, man. The straws are all gone. All right, I'm
sorry.
Yeah, you guys are pissing me off.
Who cares?
You guys are a bunch of globe retards. You got the enter.
Say it. Come on, Donnie.
I can't take you guys no more. I can't take you guys no more. You guys are crazy.
Use the big boy words, Donnie. Use the big boy words.
all right. There is that's one there.
That is
guys.
nothing. So how come you're okay? Perfect.
MC.
This is a real.
Donnie. Donnie. We take turns talking.
Donnie.
It's Geistview's turn.
Donnie, I took that picture. But MC, can you flip it to the other one? Any other Mercury transit, please?
Right there.
Donnie. When I took the picture with the P900, Donnie, when I took a picture with the P900, I took this with my LUNT 60 millimeter pressure tuned H alpha solar telescope at the same time. MC, if you want to take the next picture, the same thing.
You guys are lying to people. You
Right
guys
there.
are lying.
And there's the other one,
You
Donnie.
guys are lying.
And that's the other one, Donnie. Taking a little bit before
You
because
guys are
it
lying.
hasn't got to the edge yet. Donnie, I took these pictures.
Just saying that doesn't change it, Donnie.
Donnie, if you use the right tools, you get the correct images. You use the wrong tools, you get your crap images.
So you don't have, Donnie, the problem is you don't have evidence. You just don't want this to be true. And you're just declaring that it's not true because you don't like it.
MC, did I send you a full disc image?
I
don't
don't
think so.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay, give me a second. I'm going to mute and send you one.
Okay. So Donnie, do you have any evidence that this isn't true? Because so far it's just you saying you don't want it to be true is what it sounds like. Right? And
No, listen. That's not a planet Mercury.
Okay.
That's not planet.
But you're just making claims. Do you have any evidence? Do you have any analysis of this? Do you have anything that you can present that somehow supports your claim that a telescope somehow is magically putting images that are not true in there? How would that possibly happen, Donnie? How would that happen?
Very easily. Same way everybody's got GPS and Google Earth on their phone.
Okay, this isn't a phone.
Of a deal.
It's a telescope. It's a telescope. It's a tube, and it's got mirrors in it.
And the programs inside of it, you dumbass.
There's no programs inside a telescope. There's no electronics.
It's programmed to give you CGI.
And how do you know that?
I'm talking about real optics.
How do you know?
Because real optics that you can see.
No, I'm sorry. How do you know? Where's your evidence? Where are the people that admitted that they did this inside telescope? Where is somebody?
Real. That is not what the sun looks like.
Did somebody?
He's claiming.
MC, I sent you another one.
Okay. Did somebody take apart a telescope? No. Like viewed?
You guys are just deceived.
Donnie, listen up. Listen up. Did somebody take apart a telescope and find electronics in it that was somehow projecting things? How would it do that, Donnie? How did you confirm the reality of these claims?
Why don't you take your camera?
Here's the deal. Here's the challenge, Donnie. This is your claim, not ours. Right? Donnie, you go and find somebody, get a telescope.
Listen, the Earth is spinning around the sun.
Oh yeah, Donnie,
are you the Milky Way?
Are you having a stroke?
The whole universe is expanding.
Whoa, Donnie,
that's happening.
Are you having a stroke?
Use your big boy voice, Donnie. Calm down.
Listen,
come on.
I'm unlike any of these other flat earthers.
No, you're just like you're just a parrot like all of them. You say all the same things as every single one of them.
Because we know the truth.
You're a parrot.
We know the truth.
Donnie, you're a parrot.
You're just a parrot. You don't have any clue how this might have happened, how the electronics are in there, but you've just said it. You've declared it to be thusly because you want it to be that way, but you have no evidence of that.
Those images are not real. That's showing
exactly. You just said
real,
that.
Donnie.
You just said that again with no evidence. That's a claim.
Yeah, they are, Donnie.
Oh, you're repeating. Listen,
it's a claim without evidence. How do you know?
Donnie.
How do you know it's not real?
That is not.
How do you know? How do you know?
Transiting the sun.
This is a garbage image. That's a garbage image. That's a real image.
No, it isn't. That's fake.
That's taken with a
That's
proper
a fake CG
a proper
that
telescope.
Is not what a real optics would show.
And how do you know that?
Optics would not show that.
And how do you know that?
Look at the
and how do you know that?
crosses on the stars.
How do you know that?
1, 2, 3. I see at least.
And how? But just because you
look at the crosses.
Hold on, MC, hold on a second.
Look at the crosses on the star.
Donnie, do you know what those crosses mean on those stars?
Yeah, CGI animation.
No, Donnie, it means it's in focus.
That's not a real photograph.
If there were blobs like yours, Donnie, I would focus my gear. But when they're nice and sharp like that with the little pinpricks, that means that it's in focus.
Donnie, you know nothing of optics, so why are you trying to make these claims?
Photograph.
Donnie, you don't know anything about optics.
That's not real. That's CGI animation.
All you've done is made claims. Claims.
MC.
Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Can you? A while ago, I sent you 2 images where I said one is NASA, one is mine.
Yeah.
If you want to bring those up, since he's comparing NASA to everything and blah 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 blah, we can't confirm what NASA says.
I have a question for both of you. Do either one of you have
Donnie,
a relationship with the Lord?
Donnie, is it on topic or are you trying to change topic?
Donnie, focus on the topic here.
It's all about flat Earth.
Yeah, flat Earth, the lie, flat Earth. Yep.
Yeah.
Right. I want to know if either one of you believe in God above, in the Bible. Do you guys believe in God, Jesus Christ?
So, Donnie, you do realize that there are 2 billion Christians on this globe that agree that the Earth is a globe. So that's not going to get you. That's not going to get you anywhere.
Do you believe? No. What I'm asking is,
and that has to do with the flat Earth. And that has to do with the flat Earth.
How does that have anything to do with flat Earth?
I'm trying to test your spirits.
Yeah. All right. Well,
we're not to test your spirits.
You are making claims without evidence. That's a lie, and that isn't. I would say that
you're going to test my. You're going to test my spirit through a Zoom call.
That's not real,
Donnie. That's NASA. But how do
by asking you that question,
Donnie,
relationship.
Donnie, that's taken by NASA. How do we verify it?
How would you verify if this was taken by NASA? Or verify what you'd see? Wouldn't you just go get a telescope and look through a telescope?
Donnie,
how come that's not what nobody sees when they look?
Donnie, we're asking you a question.
That's not a real photograph.
Donnie, we're asking you a question. That's a picture taken by the Hubble telescope by NASA, and you say that kind of thing is fake. So how would we verify it?
Okay, go to YouTube search and type in the NASA admits that they have artists who create space.
No.
I'm asking you a question.
There's a video.
Different topic, Donnie. Focus.
Donnie, I'm asking you a direct question, and you're deflecting because you don't want to answer it. That is taken by NASA, by the Hubble Space Telescope.
That's not real.
Okay, Donnie, you're saying it's not real. So how would we verify it?
By looking yourself, and it's not what we see.
Okay.
Listen,
Hold on.
I've been looking at
Donnie.
the heavens.
Hold on a second. Hold on a second, Donnie. And see if you want to
That's
show
not
the
what we
next
see
picture.
when we look up.
Donnie, hold on a second. Let MC
Here
switch to the
comes
next
the
picture.
CGI animation.
All right, here is Geist.
CGI animation. Let's
Geist
bring it.
Views
Oh,
own.
wow.
Donnie, that's my picture.
animation.
Donnie, that's my picture. And where's the animation? It's a still photograph.
That's not real.
How do you know?
I don't see nothing.
It is real, Donnie.
How do you know
That
it's not
is
real?
That is a picture I
Look at
took
it.
of the pillars. Donnie, that is the real picture of the
cross.
pillars of creation. Yes, Donnie,
No,
because
it
it's in
isn't.
focus. Because it's in focus, Donnie.
You don't understand optics, so don't you,
That's not
you don't
real.
have you don't know.
It is real, Donnie.
You're not an expert. You have no qualifications to say if it's real or not. Now here's a question.
not
Here's a
not
question.
real.
Here's one. You see this? Donnie, you see that?
Is that taken from the same telescope?
No, that's taken from something different.
Where's that taken from?
It's taken through a different telescope, one that's owned by Astronomy Live with, get this, a security camera, because you have attached the security camera to the telescope. Now, a telescope is a tube with mirrors and lenses in it. That's it. There's no electronics.
That's not what I observe when I look at Saturn.
Yeah, that's
Saturn
because
doesn't
you,
look like nothing like
that's
that when
because
I
you
look
have
at
a
it.
garbage camera and you don't know how to focus it.
The
Get
thing
a
is, hold on.
telescope.
The thing with Saturn and a P900, you can actually zoom in and actually see the rings with it.
Yeah, if you focus.
Yeah.
You guys are
focus.
jokes.
But you don't know how to focus, Donnie. Set the focus to infinity on manual and look at it. That's all you got to do. It's not that hard. He walked away. Where are you going, man?
Oh, I got Saturn images too.
Oh
I
yeah,
also got Mars images.
you've got good ones. We've got. Let's see. I've got another one here from. Let's see.
Sorry,
This
Astronomy
is-
Live. I'm stealing your thunder.
I got. It's Astronomy Live. The one is it the one you sent from Mars? Oh yeah. Okay. So with a security camera, this one's with the security camera also through a telescope. Let's see if I can.
Not real. That's not
zoom this.
real.
Well, I mean, you have no evidence, so it's just a claim without evidence, which really is a lie. So if you're going to talk about testing spirits, I think you're the one
that's
lying.
Not real.
How do you know? No evidence.
Hey Donnie, do you know that lying
Look
for
at
Jesus
it.
is still
That's
lying?
not what we observed. What is that supposed to be?
That's
What-
Mars.
What is that supposed to be?
That's Mars taken through
No,
a
it
telescope with a security camera.
No, it's not.
How do you know it's not?
Yeah, it is.
That's just a
CGI
claim.
Program.
And how
CGI program.
how is there a CGI
CGI
program
program.
in a security camera? How did the security camera get the CGI
It's
program in
the
it?
telescope.
And when did
That's
you
not, listen,
when did you
that's
test
not a real image of Mars.
when did you test the
That's not
telescope?
real.
How do you know the telescope has electronics in it? You just wanted to, or are you just parroting Russian vids because he's your Papa Flurf?
I'm gonna mute
Russian
and bring up
vids.
a Mars image.
Yeah, who's your Papa Flurf?
I haven't watched that channel in a long time.
Well, yeah, that's what his claim is, that telescopes have electronics in it. But who are you parroting? Who is the one that told you that all
he's
telescopes?
Right.
Yeah,
So yeah,
but-
he's correct about that.
Yeah, but
he's correct about
But where's
that.
your evidence for that, Donnie? Evidence. Claims without evidence are lies.
Tell your
Where's your evidence for that?
tell your Geist friend to take his telescope apart. I don't have one of those cameras or telescopes.
Yeah.
Take it apart and
No.
it'll be in
Here's
there.
no. You
The
have made
program-
made a claim that telescopes include electronics somehow to project an image. How did you confirm the truthfulness of that claim, or is this just a lie?
You can tell by looking at the so-called images that they
No, I'm
claim
sorry.
are real.
That's
Those
a-
are not real images.
But you're not
those
an
those are made by a person
But
who
you-
works for NASA.
so
You should look up the art of
how does-
aerospace. Look it up.
But how did the person working at NASA know that Astronomy Live's telescope was going to be looking at Mars?
It's the same way when you're trying to use your stupid Google Earth. It's a program. It's just a star program.
But how does it know
It's
which way you're?
code.
But how does it know which way you're looking?
That's easy, dude. It's rigged that way. It has all the electronics to know which way
Okay,
it's pointing,
and
what you zoom in and on.
and how
It's
do you
not
know?
real.
But
That
how
is
do you know
not
this?
a real image of
Donnie,
Mars.
Donnie, how do you
I
know
can tell
this?
by looking at that right there.
Where is your evidence
I can
that
see
there's
it.
electronics in telescopes? Where?
Tell
Where
your-
where is your
Tell your friend to take his. Tell your friend to take his. Take it apart.
Donnie,
and
I'm
I'll
right
show
here.
him.
Donnie, I'm right here.
Take it apart, and I'll show you.
I'm not going to take apart my
Yeah.
$4,000 telescope.
Yeah,
So you can
here's
sit
the
there
deal.
on the internet and go, that's where the NASA chip is or something.
So Donnie, you are the one making the claim. You have the burden of evidence to support your claim. If it's just a claim, it shall be ignored as insanity by an insane person.
Donnie,
There you go.
that's a picture I
so
took
then I'm
of Mars.
insane.
Donnie,
That is not
photograph.
a real.
And your evidence for
is.
that is what?
That is not what Mars looks like.
It sure does. That's what happens
That
when
is
you have a
not the real
telescope.
Mars.
That's what happens
No,
when
it
you take a
isn't.
picture of Mars in focus with the right gear.
That's you got the wrong gear.
This is actually
That's
the right
not-
gear, Donnie.
That's not real.
Donnie, all you're doing is showing how
That's
dumb you
not
are.
real.
That's all this is you're too stupid to understand these things. It's really not that complex. But we got some questions. Let's see.
Okay.
Okay, Connell Silverfur is asking. This is about your guys. I'm gonna calm down a little bit. We'll go to some of these.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
These other things here. So all right, let me get this.
Go to mute.
There we are. All right. Somebody's wondering about your platform on your campaign here that you're working on as city council. So as a city councilman, will you vow to remove dihydrogen monoxide from your city's water supply?
So he's talking about the different chemicals.
Yes.
And I do agree that we shouldn't put chemicals in the water at all.
So
I like drinking spring water.
Well, yes, but as a city councilman, will you vow to remove all dihydrogen monoxide from the city's water supply?
Well, he asked such a good question that I've never thought about that before, and that's the truth about it. I've never thought about trying to have any chemical removed, and
so
that's actually a really good thing to bring up. Actually,
yeah. So did you know that gaseous dihydrogen monoxide causes severe burning on in contact with human skin? I got some gaseous dihydrogen monoxide on my arm once, and it was all irritated and red. I've heard people that have been blistered from it.
I've never heard of this chemical before.
Okay, it's pretty common. It's a component in acid rain. And inhalation of dihydrogen monoxide causes suffocation and sometimes death. So it's probably you should probably look at that.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. I mean, I do understand that they are putting poisons in our food and water supply, and
I think maybe so. This is
something good.
Connell Silverfur. So maybe you want to add that to your platform as a city councilman. So okay, we've got. I've never seen such behavior in the war room before. Asking what causes the celestial poles on the globe model. Do you know what causes?
There was a question to me about.
Yes, what causes? Yeah, so I think he's wondering if you understand the globe.
I don't believe in the globe.
But you can't disprove the globe by not knowing about the globe, right? You have to understand it. So he's asking what causes the celestial poles.
So there is no celestial pole star in the.
Yeah, there is. Yeah, there is. I mean, a pole star? No, not. Hold on a second, Donnie. You are correct. There is no pole star, but there is a constellation that. Hold on, Donnie. Yeah. But there is the Southern Cross.
Yes, which is called what? The Southern Cross.
And who cares?
Yeah. So there is actually no star in the center of the northern celestial pole either. Neither pole has a star right in the center. So I don't know how that makes any difference. So the question is back to you again. What causes the celestial pole on the globe model? The south celestial pole in particular.
So
But
there's,
both of
there's
them.
only one pole star. There's
Wrong.
only one pole star.
Sorry,
and
the-
that's
the-
the North Star.
Wrong.
Yeah, the
And
North
that we
Star
call
is
Polaris.
Polaris is half a degree off of the center, so it's not actually in the center. So what causes the celestial
Can you-
poles
can you-
on the globe?
Do you have a? How do you get that half a degree?
It's been measured.
A half a degree?
Yeah, it's been measured.
Donnie,
And
Donnie, you're Navy, right? You don't
Okay.
know anything about this. You don't know anything about a nautical almanac used for celestial navigation.
Have you never seen how the people in the Navy do navigation? I mean, I know you weren't in navigation, but you had to brush up against some of that information at some point, right?
He worked on the safety gear of the aircraft, not anything else.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll show you here. I'll just quickly show you.
That's not true. I was also an aviation technician,
Okay, you didn't. Now you're saying that.
so I worked with avionics. Well, it's
and
true.
I
I had two
and I also-
ratings. I had two ratings when I was in.
Okay.
and who
So
and
one was an ATI.
yeah,
ATI and AME were my
Uh-huh.
two ratings I had when I was in the Navy.
uh-huh. And I've been trained on the CWIS as an Army guy. Your point is what?
My point is that aircraft move over
Yeah.
a flat, motionless Earth,
But they don't.
and that's why they called airplanes, not air curve. Yeah, they
That-
do.
but that's why they don't
What
call
is
it air
this
flat.
Okay,
Donnie,
let's-
Donnie,
let's
Donnie,
get-
Donnie,
Let's
hold on a second.
We're off
But they
topic
don't
here.
call it. But they don't call it air flat, Donnie.
Yes, they do. They call it airplane. The plane
don't-
is a geometric term. for
Yeah,
a
and
flat
airplanes
face.
fly in the atmosphere. So, just saying words doesn't actually prove anything. So, all right, up on the screen right now, we can see this one here. In 1850, Polaris was at 88 degrees, 30 minutes. So just a degree and a half off of the center of the rotation of the North Celestial Pole. And now in 2017,
Polaris has been in the same spot it has always been in.
but I have documentation right here in the nautical almanacs, which being a Navy guy, you should totally respect, because that's what the quartermasters use to find out what they are in
And I'm
addition to
telling
other
you-
mechanisms.
And
So
I'm
right
telling you,
here,
the North Star has been in the same position it's always been in.
but I'm
But it
telling
hasn't
you
been-
that the nautical almanac of 1850, which is up on the screen right now, lists the position of Polaris as not in the same place all the time. That it is moving according to the nautical almanac. So
Donnie, it's been measured.
are you saying that the nautical almanac is wrong? And if you are, then please provide the evidence that it's wrong. The U.S. Navy disagrees with you. Do you have any evidence for that? Silence. I'll take it as a no. Thank you.
Yeah,
We'll move
the
on.
North-
We'll move on.
Yeah, no.
I mean, you're just going to
The
make
North
the same
Star-
claim
no,
again.
listen, if-
Yeah, you're going to lie again is what you're going to do.
No,
Let's
I
hear
do
the
have
lie.
evidence.
Let's hear the lie. Let's hear the lie. Go ahead.
So you can go to, for example, Georgia, to the Georgia Guidestones, and there's a hole through the granite.
Yeah,
It goes
and-
straight
and-
to the North Star.
and
The
how
North
many-
Star's in
and
the
what's
same
the-
position every night?
And what's the angular width of that hole? You don't know what that means, do you?
Donnie, Donnie,
No,
when
I
was
do
the-
know. Listen, how
Donnie,
big is
when
the
was the-
hole? It's only the eye hole is only maybe an inch and a half.
I said
2 inches wide.
Yeah, so it's many degrees wide. You can see more than 1/2 of a degree width. So
And that-
the positioning of the North Star in that is way under the margin of error.
And it's not only that, you can
Mhm.
also just move your head around to get in the center of the hole anyway. So what's the point?
Yeah, you can move it around. So all right.
Right.
So all right. We've got
Whatever you guys say. The Earth is a ball flying in
Yeah,
space.
Yeah. Okay, so Asylum
We
says
came from monkeys.
Asylum
No, you
says
guys convinced me.
listen up. Asylum says first
You
people
guys
that
convinced me the Earth is a ball in space.
Yeah, we got a question here for you. Or a comment. First people at the North Pole was in 1909. Kind of awkward, because in the 1500s,
No.
nobody had been to the North Pole actually. So
That's not true.
yeah, all you have is claims. You never have evidence. It sounds like it's a religion for you. All right, Asylum says, so why is all navigation based on a globe?
You can project anything onto any shape. If you wanted to,
Now he's asking why
project
is
a flat map?
he asked why is all navigation based on a globe?
It's a projection,
Yeah, but how do you find distances between points?
and it's not.
How do you find distances
It's
between
only
points?
projected onto a globe.
Donnie, how do you find distances between points when planning routes?
A squared plus B squared equals C squared.
You're saying they
A
use the
squared plus
Pythagorean.
B squared.
Yeah, you're saying they use the Pythagorean theorem to plot distances, to calculate distances when they're figuring out how far a route might be, and they need to calculate the amount of fuel. That is not what the Navy uses. The Navy actually uses the Haversine formula. Are you aware of the Haversine formula?
Which is what? Go ahead.
It is a trigonometric.
What's that formula?
It's a trigonometric formula to find the distance between two points on the surface of a sphere. That's what they use to calculate distances when planning routes. But you didn't know that.
No, they
You
don't.
thought
Listen,
they used the Pythagorean
here's the
theorem.
whole point, though.
The
A
point,
squared
but that's not
plus
what they
B
use.
squared equals C
Okay, well,
squared.
find somebody
Always
using that.
Determine your location.
That doesn't. That's just the Pythagorean theorem.
Everybody uses that.
No, they
How
don't.
do you think
No, they don't. They use the Haversine.
triangulation works?
They don't use.
Listen, there's no outer space. Towers.
All right. You're going into your
Listen,
religious
man.
talk again. I got another question for you.
You guys are idiots.
Donnie Lee, how
Oh my
much
God.
how much there is to see? Just open your eyes and listen to me. Earth's not flat. You've been so misled. Oh, Donnie Lee. That's a song somebody was doing there. I did the other one. Connell Silverfur says,
I like the song.
I won't find
Yeah, I
my
like the
way.
song.
I can't know the difference. I don't care how far, so now I'm all wrong. I don't know the song, but okay. B-Ball for Life says, dude, a P900 is not a telescope. And then Asylum for 5 Australian says, P900 does 83x. I can grab a $150 telescope with 675x zoom. So Donnie, that's pretty cheap compared to the P900 to just get a proper telescope with much more zoom. So, all right. Benny Beeman says, cool how they make new ways to say the same thing. There you go. All right. Oh, and Golden Brisket identified your telescope. It's a Meade Infinity 700 millimeter aperture. You don't know what that is, but and 600 millimeter focal length, which is about the same as your P900, which is $106 camera or telescope. So, yep. All right. Oh, here's a good one. Connell Silverfur, what is the formula for buoyancy?
It all depends on the medium.
Yes,
that you're in.
the density of the
So-
medium is in the formula. What is the formula for density? For buoyancy.
What medium are we working in?
Well, that
Are
doesn't.
we in water? Are we in air?
It doesn't.
Are we in a vacuum?
It doesn't matter because the formula actually takes all those into account. You just need to provide the density of the medium. So, what is the formula
Well, let's
for
talk
density?
How about
Let,
this? Explain to me
let-
what
let's-
gravity is.
let's
Explain
keep-
to me what gravity is.
let's keep the
School
same.
me on gravity.
I
No, because if your density and buoyancy is what we observe, all right.
Donnie,
The
you're
reason why a
reflecting.
helium balloon goes up.
it
is
sounds
because it's-
it sounds
No,
like
I'm not
you're deflecting, and I don't think you understand why a balloon goes up. And not understanding something isn't disproof. Like I said before, your inability to grasp science is not an argument against it. If you don't understand how buoyancy works, it doesn't mean that the Earth that gravity doesn't work. I don't know where he went. Was it somebody talking to him? Now I do have in 20 minutes. I have another stream, so we have to wrap up in about 15. So don't know where. All right. The formula for buoyancy. Do you have it yet? Do you know it? You must know it. Donnie.
Go ahead and tell me. I'm here to learn about the globe. Tell me about your globe.
All right,
somebody came to my door, so I had to answer it.
Oh, all right. So the force of buoyancy is the density of the liquid in kilograms per meter cubed, for example, would be the SI units, times the volume that's displaced by the item. So, for example, the volume of a balloon would what you'd take. And you take the density of the air. You multiply those two together, and then you multiply it by a third factor, which in this formula is g, little g, which would be the downward accelerating force of 9.8 meters per second squared. That is the formula for buoyancy. Now, unless you had a different formula for buoyancy.
What? Through what medium?
Like I said,
Through what?
Like
air?
I said, air is one medium that has
the regular air.
Yeah, you said that 3-4 times now. That is a medium, and it does have a density, and you would apply that to the formula. That's all you do, and then you find out the buoyancy of the object. And if you take a helium balloon and you apply that formula, applying gravity, the 9.8 meters per second squared downward force that gravity is, it will give you the upward buoyant force of that balloon, and you will find that the upward buoyant force is larger than the downward gravitational force, therefore it will go up. It's predicted on a globe with gravity that a balloon will go up if it's got helium in it. It doesn't disprove it, it just shows that the person making the claim doesn't understand. Gravity is mass attracting mass.
Can you tell me what gravity is?
Just did.
He just did.
Can you tell me what gravity is?
Mass attracting mass. Are you listen up. Mass attracting mass.
Mass attracting mass.
Yes.
Can you show me how a mass attracts a mass?
I can show you some of the experiments that confirmed it.
Then why does a helium balloon go up?
I just covered that. Were you not paying attention?
Density and buoyancy, not gravity.
Were you not paying attention?
Buoyancy and
I just explained to you.
Buoyancy and density. No. Listen, you're not listening.
Yeah. All right, go ahead, make a fool. Go ahead.
You don't understand. Gravity, you just said that mass attracts mass.
Yes.
But forgot to explain why aircraft get lift and helium balloons and hot air balloons rise. You have to describe high and low pressure, which is density and buoyancy.
I did just explain it to you, but it went over your head. It completely went over your head.
Buoyancy is the same as gravity.
No, I'm not.
No, your gravity.
I'm not trying to say that.
It doesn't exist. The reason why things go up and down.
I just explained it, and all you're doing is showing that it went over your head. You're not. You're out of your league. You're out of your league. You don't understand what you're talking about.
No.
Donnie, why is it harder?
You don't know what you're talking about.
Donnie, how is it harder when you walk up a ladder than it is to go down a ladder? If it's less dense above you as you're walking up, it should be easier, right?
Poe or Parrot tape deck?
Your questions doesn't make any damn sense.
Parrot, definitely Parrot.
Yes, Donnie. If you say it's buoyancy and density, so when you walk up a ladder, why is it harder?
No, that's what you guys.
Then why? No, hold on.
Why does
you ask
the helium go up?
Why doesn't the helium?
No, you guys are nothing but chills.
Donnie, what?
Use the shield card when you lost.
Don't know.
Use the shield card when you don't have a clue.
You guys are indoctrinated.
Oh God, yeah.
Donnie, why doesn't if it's buoyancy and density, why doesn't the helium balloon go either left or right? It's just the same amount of density.
Don't know.
Right of it, right?
Out of your league, over your head.
Right?
I got a couple.
Let's listen. That's such a stupid question.
Yeah.
Is it windy?
All right.
Is it windy? Are you inside where there's wind?
So, all right, Donnie, we got another question here from.
What are you doing? Why is left or right determine whether the Earth is a flying ball through space?
We're talking about gravity, and your misunderstanding of it.
The reason why things go up or down is due to density and buoyancy, and gravity is a theory. No, you guys have no idea what you're.
Donnie, we're talking about your density.
You guys are
buoyancy.
Garbage. You
Donnie,
guys are
we're talking about your
garbage.
density
You guys are
buoyancy.
liars. You are deceiving people. All you're doing.
All right, it seems like you didn't understand. All right.
All the
All right.
indoctrination.
All right,
that
listen
has
up.
been planted in you year after year. You guys are regurgitating all that indoctrination. You guys are no good.
Yeah.
You guys are
Listen up.
garbage.
Listen up.
What
All
you
right.
guys do to our community and how
All
you
right.
just
All
try
right.
to pick on us
All
and
right.
call us names and
Yeah, but
do
for
all them
with
things.
good reason,
You
because
guys
you
are the
don't,
true
because
garbage.
you don't understand any of
You
these
guys
things
are
and
true
so.
garbage.
All right, let me see here.
We fully understand.
Remember, nobody here is called
Listen,
Donnie names,
You
but Donnie
sit
is called
there
us
and
garbage.
just no. Listen, I'm done talking to you.
Yeah, okay.
All right, garbage. You're garbage.
Jonathan,
Garbage.
Jonathan, you have
and
to
your whole
prove.
army,
Listen up,
they say
Donnie.
you're in
Listen up.
Garbage.
We're taking turns
Right?
talking. Donnie.
You're a veteran.
Yeah,
You should
Donnie.
really
Donnie.
rethink
Donnie, stop.
what you're doing.
We're taking turns
To
talking.
The American people
Donnie.
are lying to them.
Donnie,
No, you
listen
know,
up.
we're not having turns talking. You
Oh.
want to shut me up, you're gonna have
Yeah.
to disconnect
Oh,
me.
all right.
Because
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you guys
No.
how it is.
No, you're not.
Gravity
This is-
non-existent.
you
What we
just don't-
observe is density and
You,
buoyancy.
it's
No.
all you're doing is showing that you
Those
don't
images
understand,
that
Donnie.
No, those images that you show are garbage. You're garbage. You guys are just gonna sit there and pick out and start to ask me questions. All your questions have no relevance into what is actually being observed.
I think
Why
you're
is his
just
pictures
confused.
that we're taking of ourselves are not matching what NASA's putting out. You guys are garbage. All right? You guys are blind.
So-
That's
so-
why you got glasses on.
so
because
can
you're
you-
unable to see?
Yeah. Can you explain
You're
the
blind.
formula? What's the
You're
formula
blind,
then?
son.
What's the formula or the hypothesis in the scientific experiment that you use that must have convinced you that that gravity and buoyancy are right? So there's a 9.8 meters per second squared downward acceleration. How did you confirm that is caused by density?
Because listen, why does it? Then your theory doesn't make no sense because
To
a
you.
helium balloon's going
To you.
go up. So
Just
it's
to you, yeah.
downward.
Everybody else understands
No.
it, but you don't.
How come
That's
it
fine.
doesn't go? Listen, why does a helium balloon go up?
Because it's
mass
predicted.
attracts mass.
Yeah.
Why does
Because
a
the
helium
atmosphere
balloon
is
go
being
up?
pulled down, Donnie, and it's displacing the balloon just like
Yeah.
a boat.
It's predicted on our model.
No, we're in a pressurized
And,
system.
and you don't understand
Firmament and waters are above.
it. Just because you don't understand it.
Firmament and the waters are above the firmament and waters.
All right, let's get something.
Firmament and waters are above.
Let's
We're
get
in a
something.
Donnie, your
pressurized
first
system.
We want
Everything
something.
is layers.
record is broken.
Something good for Tau Ceti Alpha, please. Can we? So, let's see. I want to get Saeed Ahmed says, Donnie, how do you prove those beautiful images are faked? Bring the evidence, newbie. No evidence. Got it. All right.
All right.
This
No,
flurf.
I'm pulling up. I'm on my phone. Hold on, right here. Hold on. Go back to that question.
It's still there.
So let me go to my library.
This is gonna prove that they're faked. Doubt it very much.
I'm going to show
Donnie,
you
you're
the
not the
firmament.
fastest greyhound in this race.
No, I'm not. I'm looking up on my phone.
He showed up
Take me a
to
minute.
he showed up to the wrong track.
It's the wrong species.
Oh, I'm the wrong species
He's-
now.
He's a snail.
What
He's a snail in the
species
dog
am I?
race.
The snail?
You're the snail
All
in the
right,
in the
I'm a
dog race.
snail.
We got Rob J says the Flurf admits he's new to optics, but professor's expertise in CGI imagery. That's the Dunning-Kruger effect in action. Right there. Absolutely.
Well,
They-
there's the firmament. It's not really clear, but
Yeah, of course not.
I
All
got
right.
videos out on that.
Yeah.
That's the firmament. It's
Yeah,
not
all right.
clear, probably.
So Truth
Yeah,
Nerd
it's not.
says, thanks Galilei, inventor of the telescope. Indy Tiger says, I was a quartermaster in the Navy, so yes, I did navigate ships in the Navy. All maps are projection of the globe Earth. USS Valdez FF 1096. Yeah, that's just a cartoon. So there we go. Asylum asked again.
This
All
is
right.
what gravity does. So this is your theory of gravity right here. This is what they say is happening.
Gravity is the law. It's the law of gravitational attraction.
So this is what we're saying is happening, right? You agree that the planets are chasing the sun?
Not chasing. No, that's a straw man. They're not chasing. They're orbiting. Orbiting. Orbiting.
I have a question then. How fast is the
Donnie,
sun
does that picture
moving
trigger
in
you?
the Milky Way arm?
Donnie, does that picture trigger you?
It should trigger you guys, and
we've got
this is what your gravity says happens.
Listen up. We've got Addicted to Ignorance says the sun is not a star. God help us. Oh, I love Addicted to Ignorance. He's great. Let's see. This is a good one, Donnie. If a camera has an aperture with sides 1, 1, and 1, what are the odds it isn't an $800 camera? Don't know. It's kind of a weird question.
I don't know.
Let's see. This guy is calling people art. I'm not going to say it. In a public forum and is seriously running for public office? Question mark. So you are running for public office? Go ahead, guys.
I just like how nobody here has called Donnie names,
yes,
except for Donnie.
I am attempting to get on.
Except for Donnie, the Christian has been calling.
I'm attempting to get on the ballot. No, listen. I'll smack you in your face if you ever mock God in front of me face to face. I'll tell you that much. I'm unlike any of these other
You really don't want to be around
politicians.
If
you mock me face to face, I will punch you right in your face.
Donnie, Geist View will totally win in a pillow fight. Guaranteed. David says, shame on the Christian flurf who dismisses the crosses in an image. Is the gospel just CGI? Perhaps the flurf is willing, but the mind is weak.
So we got a question about scripture. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth, and the earth was without form.
Doesn't say
void.
flat.
And darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Yeah, okay, hey.
The Spirit of God was
Donnie,
upon the face of the waters.
Donnie, listen up.
God said, let there be light, and there was light.
Donnie,
God
stop.
saw the light that it was
Donnie.
there. And God divided the light from the darkness, and God called the light day.
All right. None of that. So all right. He got into preachy mode, so he won't stop. He's incredibly rude. I apologize on behalf of all Christians for this horrible, terrible example of a Christian. They're not like that. Frank Palmer says, I can attach my phone to a Celestron 11 EQ and take images pretty easily. Just with a clamp device easily available to on Amazon. So yeah, exactly. And we've got a question here from Eddie Reese, or not a question. He says, find your own $4,000 telescope to dismantle to support your own claim. This is a good one. Cretan Bull says dihydrogen monoxide is used to cool fuel rods in nuclear plants. And it's also found in cancerous tumors. Just say no to DHMO. What is it? Is there a yellow liquid in there? What are you drinking? What color was that liquid? Please not yellow. Oh, good. Whoo! Thought you were pulling a. All right. Mike Billars says, Donnie, how can you be a city council member of Watertown? Water only finds its level, not its town.
The name of my city I live in is named Watertown.
Yep. Was that beverage a screwdriver? All right, Donnie, why is it harder to carry weight upstairs than along a flat surface?
I love orange juice. No, this is regular orange juice.
All right, good. Why is it harder to carry a weight up some stairs than along a flat surface? Don't know. All right. The survey of the Mason
up instead of going out. I mean,
this is interesting.
None of these questions really matter.
The survey of the Mason-Dixon line shows mass attracting mass, says King Ed V. That's a new one. I haven't heard that. Is that just because it is a curve? It shows it's a curve? Yeah, could be. All right, I need to get through these a little quicker. Should a pound of gold weigh more than a pound of wood since it's more dense?
Uh-oh. Details.
I mean, really, are you really asking me a pound weighs
I don't
more
know.
than another pound?
That's
I mean,
what
come on.
B-ball for
But one's
life.
more dense than the other,
Yeah.
It's still a pound no matter what.
but it's more dense than the other.
But the
Uh-oh.
mass is bigger. The mass of the wood for a pound of wood is
Talking about
bigger for
mass,
its
or we talking about
mass.
density? We talking about mass or density?
Well, the density is going to be lower in the wood versus a brick of pound of gold. A pound is still a pound. I mean, what kind of question is that? That's a stupid question.
You don't understand. That's the problem.
Oh, okay. Explain the question to me then.
All right. No, it's
You
okay. I
asked me,
need to.
What was the question? No, it's
here's
a dumbass question.
Here's the next
Dumbass
question
people.
from Area 85 Restoration. Says, I work as an engineer at a rocket launch and test site. Can the Flurf explain how it could be
Right.
possible that I am being lied to?
Because all she has is a job. Is all right. When they launch from Florida or wherever they launch in the different places, like they go right out to sea. They curve out to sea. But yes, do they have people building rockets that they launch up? Yes. Do they have people building rocket engines and all sorts of equipment that's going to go on these rockets? Absolutely. But when these rockets go up, they go out to sea.
Yeah,
Something new Army,
and then they
people
land.
would know nothing about. You know
Yeah, we
nothing
do.
about that, do you?
Yeah, I
don't
do.
know nothing about the ocean. How can
Yeah, I
an
do.
Army guy talk to me about the ocean?
All right.
Shut up. You might as well just leave.
Donnie,
With your
do
fake
you,
CGI.
Donnie,
With
do you
your
know
fake
what? Donnie,
CGI. Listen,
Donnie,
fake CGI.
Listen, Donnie,
What's
stop
your
being
name
rude.
is?
Stop being rude,
Donnie.
Donnie.
Donnie, do you know what fat is?
No.
Donnie,
You guys
you don't know
are
what-
joke. Listen, I never
Donnie.
debate
Donnie,
Yeah, we know.
missiles,
because
Donnie,
you guys are
fat
just
missiles target over the ocean. And this Army guy was taught in the sea with
your little rockets that you. So how about this?
Donnie,
Why is there a video
Donnie, you're
of Buzz
sticking Donnie,
Aldrin's-
Donnie,
To change the
Donnie.
topic when you lose. Thank you for changing the
Donnie.
topic when you lose.
Donnie,
No.
you think so hard, I can smell your hair burning all the way
You
over
guys
there.
keep bringing up the same shit.
So no, no answer to how he could be lied to. All right. Humphrey Pushcart says, Donnie Lee,
Yes.
the
All
best.
you're doing is a job.
The best evidence that first cousins
Jeez.
should not mate. There you go. Is that the case, Donnie? Let's see. Mike
Really?
Billards.
You
Mike
think my-
Billards.
My parents are cousins.
I don't-
Like really? I
That's-
mean, come on.
Humphrey Pushcart is saying that. Mike Billards says, Donnie, please don't tell me you're in South Dakota.
Right.
You're in New York, right?
No, I'm in New York.
There's a Watertown in Minnesota as well. Let's see. All right. Indy Tiger.
Yes, there is.
And boss.
Indy Tiger says
Yes, there's one in Massachusetts also.
dihydrogen monoxide has a low coefficient of friction at certain temperatures, which can cause slips and falls.
Shocking. Getting around electricity.
Yeah, dihydrogen monoxide can conduct electricity very well. It's a little trouble sometimes. Let's see. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything. B-Ball for Life was wondering. I don't want to miss. A P900 is not a telescope. Shouldn't a pound of gold weigh more than a pound of wood since it's more dense? Yeah. All right. So do you know that they put dihydrogen monoxide in orange juice sometimes? Can you hold up your orange juice there to see if it has dihydrogen
I
monoxide?
should look at that. All right. Yeah, let me look.
Now they sometimes don't list it
Uh-oh.
specifically as dihydrogen
It's
monoxide.
not listed.
Yeah, sometimes
All
they
it
hide
says
it.
is water. All it says is water concentrated with orange juice. So it's probably hidden in the water part
It could be.
because that's
It
what
could
the
be.
ingredients are.
It could be. Yeah, I'm betting that there's dihydrogen monoxide in that orange juice. It's a pretty good bet.
Why would the government, put the chemicals, on the label that they're putting into everybody when they just hide it?
Yeah, they're just going to hide the dihydrogen monoxide that they put in there. So,
Yeah.
oh, Actually, yeah, and all cancer cells have dihydrogen monoxide. They found that too. That's all right. So let's see. This is the last couple. Area 85 Restoration says, we will launch rockets at the launch site I work at. We are not in Florida, nor are our rockets going anywhere near the ocean. Now answer my question. How can he be fooled or lied to?
Where does he launch them from?
When he works on these exact rockets.
Where does she work?
Where
is she launching from? Where are these launches launching from?
Does knowing where he works somehow aid in answering the question to how he is being fooled?
They said they go nowhere near the ocean. Well, then where are they launching from? And what are they launching into space? I want to know who's she talking about?
I do believe it's a guy, but
okay.
I guess I can't say for sure unless maybe he or she wants to confirm.
In this day and age, right? You probably are an LGBT supporter too, right? You believe it's okay to have your penis cut off and have a vagina installed?
Not the topic at all, is it? So
no, it's not. But I can talk whatever I want.
Yeah. All right. So let's see. When they surveyed a mountain range. When they surveyed it, a mountain range kept putting the plumb bob to the north instead of keeping it to the 39th parallel. That's why they did the Schehelian experiment. So that's referencing the Mason-Dixon line. So there you go. All right. Area 85 restorations is a guy. So, oh wow, DHMO, dihydrogen monoxide, is addictive, and withdrawal leads to death. Wow. So, all right, we're gonna wrap up here. Can you I think people are really curious if you would confirm your platform for city council. Will you commit to removing dihydrogen monoxide in the city water supply?
It's the first time I've ever heard of it. So I'm not going to, I'll look into it. I'll definitely do that. It's the first time I've heard about that chemical.
All right.
So he's fine with the chemical.
How can I have a policy if I've never heard about it before?
Well, it's a chemical.
Yeah, but I don't know all the chemicals. Do you know every single chemical?
Well, sometimes I
didn't think so.
From the name, you can get from the name the actual chemical formula from it, for example.
Well,
hey, dude, I'm gonna drop off.
What's the chemical formula for
dihydrogen monoxide?
Oh, good. He left?
Yes, he left. But we need to wrap up here. Yeah.
Good. Thank God. That guy was a complete idiot. That guy who was only showing CGI animation.
Of course, claims without evidence are lies. So you lied again there. So.
Oh my goodness.
So, all right. Anything you want to say before we head out? Because I got another one coming up here. Nothing? All right.
Yeah. So, if you
make it quick,
or actually subscribe to this Looney Tune.
Yes.
All right. Stop watching this Looney Tune and find you a good flat earther. All right.
No such thing.
Because you guys are just designed to sit there and throw all this crap out there and not even talk about what we really observe.
Evidence.
And you throw numbers out there. You show no, it's not evidence. Okay. You can make numbers whatever you want. All right. And you guys have CGI animation images, but images made on a computer.
Claims without evidence.
That's what the stars really look like. No. There you go. You guys are nothing but a retard. So basically, you're retarded if you believe in the spinning globe Earth. All right. It would be flung off. All right. If we lived on a spinning globe, we would be flung off.
Oh, how would that happen? How do you know?
Right?
How do you know? Well, can you explain?
Saves the day.
Explain how we would be flung off.
Gravity.
What?
Centrifugal force.
Yeah. And what
happens when an object spins? What's that force called when an object spins?
Yeah, centrifugal force. Yep. And what is the centrifugal force at the equator? did you
Zero.
Zero? Well, yeah, on the globe, because you made a claim.
Zero.
Made a claim about the globe. How did you confirm that that there?
It's zero all over the earth.
Yeah,
Zero.
but on the globe model, you said it you would get flung off. So I'm wondering
It's
how
not
did you?
measurable. It's not detected.
No. You made the claim.
How did you determine it? How did you determine that? How did you determine it?
I'm just
What's
asking
your
you
science?
to
How did
support
you
your.
determine it?
I'm just asking you to support your evidence there. Support your claim.
Zero movement.
And you got measurements of that?
Look it up.
No, I'm sorry. It's your claim, not mine. So I don't look
Yeah,
up my claims. I don't look up your claims. But
Zero movement.
where did you measure this? Where's the measurements of zero of stationariness?
Where did you measure yours?
I'm sorry.
If you got motion of the earth. Where's your measurements? Where'd you measure it?
I'm sorry.
What'd you use to measure? Tell me.
If you're
Tell me.
you're
Tell
the
me
one
what you used to measure.
Donnie, Donnie, you're the one making the claim here that it's stationary. Where is your evidence that it's stationary?
Right. All around us.
Okay. Evidence, please.
It's all around us. What do you mean?
That's not a measurement.
Yeah, it is.
Explain
it's
how
motionless. Earth is motionless.
How does a plumb bob measure motionlessness?
This is what you believe in. All right. This is what you believe in, right? There it is. There's your gravity.
On
up right there, chasing the sun through space.
On topic here.
There's your gravity. Hey, Michael Toon, you are a fucking piece of shit for out here lying to people.
Oh,
all right.
Is this
a new reckoning?
A new version of Christianese here?
Yes, it is actually. I will kick anybody's ass, son. I tell you what.
Neither myself nor Geistview were really calling you names like that, and you gotta drop that on me, huh? You
guys are pieces of shit.
Oh, so sweet, so sweet. Let's see. We've got DKG Custom says, please send this video to Watertown City Council.
Perfect.
B-Ball for Life says Watertown has the highest concentration. Watertown has the highest concentration of fat chicks in the United States. I would know. I was stationed there for 3 years at Fort Drum. Dude, naughty. All right, Reds. Reds, do you really want to get in on this? Do you know Reds Rhetoric?
No, I don't know who he is.
You don't know Reds? Indy Tiger, who is a quartermaster, again, a Navy quartermaster, says, I used a gyro compass to measure the movement of the Earth.
No, she didn't.
Why do you assume everybody's a she? That's weird. That's weird. Okay. Do people are wondering if you have procreated? Have you procreated?
Yes.
You have. People, I'm sorry.
Yep.
All right, where is this one here? So Red's Rhetoric is asking, he's like, send me in. Send me in. All right, I'm working on it.
All right.
Reds is a really nice guy. You'll like him. He's pretty sweet. But I'll just let you talk with him for a bit, and maybe if you're up for it, let's see. So
yeah, please send this to my mayor. This would be great. I hope you guys send this everywhere.
I'm sure he'll get a chuckle out of it too. All right, Reds, I sent it on Hangouts there. So yeah, Reds is pretty sweet. People like him a lot, especially the flat earthers. His Reds milkshakes brings all the flirts to the yard. In fact.
So who's this guy now? Well, how big is his channel?
He is
I don't know who he is.
He is he's a plumber from Florida.
Okay.
His channel's a little bigger. He has, in fact, he also has a P900 camera. So,
Okay.
all right.
I'd be interested. Can we get some of his photographs or videos? I'd like to see his.
Indeedly doodly we can. I will prep.
All right, because I want to see what. I would like to see what his Nikon is showing.
Let's see. I don't see Reds. Come on, Reds. Is he still kicking?
Am I still kicking?
I hear the sultry voice of Red's rhetoric.
Sultry.
Oh yes,
dude. I keep telling you this, but you have really poor standards.
You know how many times I've fallen asleep to that lovely, lovely voice.
So
right.
I'm going to send you to a doctor. It's a psychiatrist. I recommend you tell him all about your problems. He might hand you a doll to point at stuff, maybe relive some traumatic childhood memories.
You talking to me?
Oh, I'm talking to everyone watching, whatever the hell this is. Anyway, MC, did you know that back in 2017, I believe it was, I made a video against the Morgile where I actually did the math on the centrifugal force of the rotation of the Earth at the equator. It would be a difference between the North Pole and the equator of 0.3%.
That's it. Yeah, indeed.
0.3%. That's what happens when you're standing on a surface of a globe that's rotating once in a 24-hour period. 0.3%. That's how much your weight would change. 0.3%.
Does that make sense to you there?
Well, let's ask him about what do you measure it with?
Scales. If you have a weight of a known size and you put it on a scale, you can go down to lower latitudes and you'll see the weight of the scale change.
So,
and also the rotation. Hang on. You asked a question. I'm answering it. So also another thing that would show the rotation of the Earth is the ring laser gyro that Bob Nodell did. Bob, being a flat earther, didn't know what he was in for when he turned the damn thing on, and he captured a drift of 15 degrees per hour. Exactly what we would expect on a rotating Earth.
What do you think about that?
Earth's not. The only thing moving is a gyroscope. Okay, let me make that clear. When I observe, I know what experiment you're talking about. So when I observe it, the only thing that I see moving is the gyroscope. I don't see the Earth moving at all.
The gyroscope was not moving.
Your claim that the gyroscope 15 degrees, you're claiming that 15 degrees is due to the Earth spinning? No.
The gyroscope did not move. No. The only way that the gyroscope would register a drift is if something that the gyroscope was attached to was moving. The only thing that it was attached to that could be possibly moving in that case would be the Earth, because the gyro was stationary relative to the ground.
Yeah, but eat it up.
This is a flat earther that did this, not me.
Yeah.
No, your explanation of what is going on, believe it all you want.
But
so do I believe what the flat earther told me or no?
I don't know even know. Listen, I know the experiment in the sense of what you're talking about, the gyroscope moving 15 degrees. But who the guy is?
Per hour.
I don't know who it is. So
Bob Nodell runs the show Glowbusters.
You never heard of
the documentary?
Ever heard of Glowbusters?
He's one of Jaronism's best friends, another big Top Gun flat earther that I royally destroyed in a debate video on my channel.
Right. Okay, so he's a flat earther.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Reds, what's up?
Hey, what's up? What he did was he found that this gyroscope was picking up a drift of 15 degrees per hour. So to try and solve this, he tried to block the heavenly energies, whatever the fuck that means, and it still picked up a drift of 15 degrees per hour, which is exactly what we would expect to see. And then he tried to hide the fact that his gyroscope picked up a drift of 15 degrees per hour because, quote, it would be bad. It would be bad if this got out. But unfortunately, his mic was still on, and the rest is history.
And he's a Christian.
Yeah, go figure.
What's up, Red? It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Well, like I said, I observed the gyroscope moving, just like your pendulum. You guys like to go to the pendulum.
We're talking about the gyroscope.
The only thing
Sorry,
moving
the
is
gyro.
the pendulum. Well,
We're talking about the gyro.
I know, and I just said the only thing moving in that experiment is the gyroscope. Earth is motionless. Everything moves above the Earth.
How is the gyro? How is the gyro not moving when it's on a table and it's measuring motion? What was it measuring? It's specifically designed to measure movement. So what was it measuring if it's not movement? Think hard,
The
Donnie.
only thing moving in that experiment is the gyro. It's not the
The
Earth.
gyro is stationary
So I
on
don't
a
know
table.
what to tell you, besides
Donnie,
the fact that the
It's just
only
sitting on the table.
It's just sitting on a table.
Oh, you're
The
right.
gyroscope isn't moving.
It's stationary and right. And the only thing moving is the gyroscope.
Holy fuck.
No.
It's drift. You're talking about it's drift.
The
It measured-
gyro wasn't
It's
moving
drifting,
relative
not
to the
Earth.
ground.
The Earth isn't moving.
But it is. It's been measured.
Earth is motionless.
All right, I have a question. I have a question. I have a drink that's on my table right now. Is that drink moving?
Yeah.
It
no,
is.
it's motionless.
How is my drink moving?
It's, no, it's
if sitting on the table?
motionless. I didn't say it was. I said it was motionless.
Okay,
But if we
so
put-
the gyro was doing the exact same thing as my drink, supposedly being motionless, yet it was picking up a drift of 15 degrees per hour.
No,
Why?
it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Well, it
Because
was.
the gyroscope was set into motion.
By what?
It wasn't set into motion by the flat earther. Are you saying the flat earther purposefully lied?
Wait, I think
to
Donnie-
manufacture 15
Donnie-
degrees per hour?
Wait, I think Donnie thinks that an optical gyroscope has moving parts. Maybe explain
No,
that.
it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It's a
but-
solid
but-
state object.
But Donnie worked on aircraft. He didn't work on gyroscope.
Listen, nothing is.
targeting.
The Earth is motionless.
Yeah, you
The
just say that.
gyroscope
It's just another claim.
is motionless.
It's just a claim.
Hey, MC.
Yes.
Let me explain this to the audience.
Breaking
A
up.
ring laser gyro does not have moving parts.
Yeah, tell them. Explain it.
So because it doesn't have moving parts, if it's just sitting on a table, then it's not moving relative to the ground, period. But yet it's still picking up a drift of 15 degrees per hour. How can that be happening if it's not moving?
Maybe, just maybe, spitballing here. Maybe the surface of the Earth is moving.
Exactly. The gyroscope was motionless on a table, yet it still picked up this drift. That drift is exactly what we would expect to see with a rotating Earth. And the amount of drift that it was detecting corresponds pretty damn well to our day-night cycle of a 24-hour period. Imagine that. One hell of a coincidence, do you think? Do you believe in coincidences? Especially ones that are that precise?
And
Here's-
measured.
Donnie, it sounds like when evidence is presented, all you have is you go back to your previous thing that it sounds like you made a conclusion, and now all you're interested in is reasserting that conclusion to be true without taking into account any evidence presented.
This is called a top-down method. You're leading the evidence to your preferred conclusion instead of following the evidence where it leads. In other words, it's a form of intellectual dishonesty.
But scripture says.
Imagine that.
Yeah, it doesn't speak well to that. We've got an interesting offer to you, Donnie. Asylum is a pilot. He lives in Sydney. He says, I offer this to you. Come to Sydney. I will teach you how to fly an aircraft and how to plan a flight. I guarantee that you won't be a flatty after.
Oh, damn.
That's pretty nice. Pretty generous offer. He will give you his time for free. Now, a pilot charges time to teach people to do this hourly. He's offering it to you for free. Pretty good. I know that because my son is currently working on his private license, and he has to pay people to do exactly what Asylum is just offering for you to receive for free. It's pretty generous. Hey, Asylum, maybe I can hook you up with my son. All right. Asylum says this sexual tension is killing me, Toon Reds.
Oh, wouldn't you like to know? You'll have to subscribe to our OnlyFans for that.
Yep. It's
Ooh,
our
is
OnlyFans. There's
is this
no
Polaris?
our.
Yeah. Hey, MC Toon, let me ask you something. What did you like more, the 2 seconds of sex or the 90 minutes of crying?
Wrong show for that.
But anyway, the point here is actually not really a point, it's a question. So if the gyro is stationary on a table and the gyro has no moving parts, why is it detecting a drift?
And that drift is what you claim is the motion of the Earth.
I'm asking why is it
And I call that
detecting
ridiculous.
You can call it what you
No,
want.
it's a good
but I'm
question.
asking why.
It's not the Earth. It's not the Earth moving. I know that much.
It's still that top down. Like you started with your conclusion and are just denying things that doesn't match your conclusion. Do you have any evidence to support that it's not?
No, MC,
right?
we're jumping the gun here. We're jumping the gun. Let's go ahead and assume that it's not the rotation of the Earth. What is it then, in your view?
I have no idea what causes that drift, and
I believe
it's
you.
not the Earth moving.
Okay, so this just reinforces what I said previously. You already have a conclusion, and you're going to shoehorn no matter what to make it so.
Listen, that's the same thing you guys are doing.
I'm asking you a question.
You guys are regurgitating what you guys have been indoctrinated with.
But we have evidence. I mean, that's it. We just analyze the things and find out. Oh, that works.
Dude, I have done more research into this than you can possibly imagine. I can get into that later if you want, but the fact remains, this was a flat earther doing this observation. He set out with a goal. That goal was to prove that the Earth is not rotating. So he crowdfunded, or some guy gave him a $20,000 gyro to confirm or deny whether or not the Earth was moving. When he turned the damn thing on and it wasn't moving, it picked up a drift, 15 degrees per hour. This is the same type of gyros they use in airplanes. And if these gyros don't work, you crash the damn thing. All right? Just ask Boeing. That's not something you want to have happen to your aircraft.
Well, Donnie was an aircraft mechanic. He knows the importance of the instruments in an airplane being accurate.
Perfect. And that just leads them. Then that means he is fully familiar with ring laser gyros and how accurate they are. So, given the fact that their accuracy is no longer in question since he's fully familiar with them, why was this very accurate gyro picking up a drift when it was stationary on a table?
I'll take, what is the globe for 500, Alex?
So do you now accept that it was the rotation of the Earth and that can't be anything else, or are you going to give me another possibility? Was it the heavenly energies?
It's not the Earth. Earth is motionless.
Then what is it? Fucking magic?
It's denial so far. I mean, you didn't present anything. You just like
what are we talking? What causes
Donnie? This is you. La 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 la. This.
What causes the gyro to drift? Is it magic, unicorn farts, heavenly energies, whatever the fuck that means? Bob Nodell said that.
You're accusing us of indoctrination, and here we are. We're giving you some evidence, and you're like, oh, I reject it all. That's indoctrination. You are displaying indoctrination right now.
That's cult-like thinking.
First thing of a cult is to tell them everybody else is lying to you.
And by the way, just to hammer this home, this observation was done by a flat earther who tried to disprove that the Earth rotates. What he ended up doing, however, was actually confirming that the Earth rotates. Imagine that. And then he tried to hide it.
Yeah, that's the worst part of it. You actually try and cover it up.
He actually tried to cover it up.
He got caught. He got caught trying to cover it up.
Oh God, that was hilarious.
Can you imagine that?
Oh,
thanks, Bob.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think? It's like rain. Okay.
So Donnie, when you were a mechanic, did you not have to work with any of the instruments that measure the orientation of the airplane?
No.
Okay.
That explains a lot.
Okay. All right. Well, Donnie is, I think, pouting. So, all right. Well, I'm going to read these super chats and wrap it up here, and Donnie can go rock himself to sleep in the corner.
No, I'm just sitting back listening to what you guys keep talking about, which is just ridiculous.
Let me explain ridiculous. Okay.
Yeah, it's called McTooney.
I've been told to get off my. I have been told to get off my ass and do observations on my own. After doing multiple observations, multiple measurements, been to over 65 rocket launches, captured the actual silhouette of the ISS, confirmed that the Dragon is docked to the damn thing, measured the size of the Earth, my damn self, including the distance to the sun, I'm still getting told, oh, I'm just indoctrinated. No, I've actually gotten off my ass, done the observations myself. The only person that I see that is indoctrinated is a person saying, I don't know what it is, but sure as shit ain't this, with no evidence to back that up.
I was told you couldn't go to Antarctica, and then I went and got a job there.
Yeah, go figure. So you have somebody who owns a telescope, is able to prove that celestial objects exist and prove the size and shape of the Earth because he uses an EQ mount, actually went to Antarctica. And you're also talking to someone that measured the size, altitude, and speed of the International Space Station, also confirmed that objects launched from Florida actually make it to the station. So those rockets actually do make it to orbit. And then all of us were able to cumulatively measure the size and shape of our planet. This isn't stuff that we got from NASA. This is stuff we did ourselves, independent from NASA. The reason why I go into these debates fire hot is because I don't go to NASA for my evidence. I don't need NASA. Fuck NASA in this case. NASA can suck a dick as far as I'm concerned. I can measure the Earth myself, the shape and the size. So don't tell me that I'm indoctrinated when you're giving me answers like you're giving me. The only indoctrinated person is the guy using a top-down method to try and come to a shoehorn conclusion they already had before coming into this call. Intellectual dishonesty is not a good look for you, sir. Please shape up.
I think Donnie ran out of rage energy.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Donnie, turns out you can get globes that are educational purposes just because you found one that is not marked because it's decorative. In fact, I have some homeschooling curriculum that came with a globe, and it is for educational purposes. We use it all the time.
I am going to donate one book, one educational book. It's called How to Do Trigonometry for Dummies. And if you give me your address, I'll send it to you, priority mail.
Donnie, if you think globes are fake and stuff like that for navigation, go down to Fall River, Massachusetts to the Whaling Museum, and they have a whole display section of all the navigational globes that were used on whaling ships that took them all the way to the Pacific Ocean from the Atlantic.
It's amazing.
That's amazing. All right.
Also,
go ahead.
You can project a map onto any shape. You can project a map onto a square cube.
I think you don't know what a projection means. Yeah, you don't know what a projection means though.
Oh my God.
So all right, I'm going to show. Let's see. I got this one right here.
You can put a map on any shape.
Yeah, but it's the source material that matters. So, all right, let's see here. I got this little one here. You were talking about this particular map earlier. You see this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's the
Yeah. Now,
that's the map on the wall.
yeah. Now I'm going to scroll this map to the side. You ready? I'm scrolling.
Yeah.
Do you see I'm scrolling a little bit here?
Oh,
Scrolling.
CGI. I'm detecting CGI.
And there's the other part of the map. The southern hemisphere. Yeah. This map here is a projection from a globe. Dang. The map on your wall is a globe map.
Listen.
The map on your wall is a globe map. Well done, Donnie. Well done. Good job.
That's embarrassing.
Another shooting of the
It's
foot.
not
Another
embarrassing.
shooting
I
of the
told you
foot.
why I put it up there.
Donnie, you left half of it off.
No,
on purpose.
listen.
Yeah, you left half off because it didn't match your conclusion that you already selected. Step 1 of flat Earth research: pick your conclusion.
Donnie,
Like I
you only
said,
have
you
one
can
side of
project
it.
a map on any surface.
Yeah, you only have part of it. So
I
all
never
right.
claimed that was a flat Earth map. I
Yeah,
claim I have
But-
it up there. Go back to those lands.
Hey, MC,
Yeah.
I can project.
Oh my God.
I can project
You
a
guys are
globe
idiots.
onto
I
a
never
flat
listened.
surface. However,
Go back to
a side
the
effect that
lands.
happens
Go
is
back
that
to the lands on the
distances
first
become
side.
distorted to the point where it's not usable for navigation.
Absolutely.
If I'm in the southern hemisphere and I try to use a flat Earth map to get directions and distances, I'm going to screw myself.
Absolutely.
Uh-oh, he's mad about something.
I don't know. All right, I'll read. King Ed the Fist says, MC Toon, you should look at the
Oh,
Mason.
you guys are driving me nuts.
Well, you
Listen,
were
All this evidence and logic, it's
I
a real
know,
pain in the
that's
ass,
tough.
isn't it?
honestly though, Donnie, you were already there. Let me read this here. It says, MC Toon, you should look at the Mason-Dixon lineup. It's the main reason
right.
for the Cavendish experiment. It's also great proof of gravity. I shall. Stringer News
Oh,
1
wow. Okay.
says, fun fact: the Greeks invented.
I'm sure.
Hold on.
I'm sure that's proof for the globe. Right.
It's everywhere. Fun fact: the Greeks
Okay.
invented the gyroscope. Get that? Gyroscope.
Okay.
Gyroscope. Got it.
Shit.
Connell Silverfur says, obviously
Funny.
smoking has killed Donnie's brain cells.
Can we really blame cigarettes for this?
No, I think it's something else.
Well,
Orange
I'm
juice.
addicted to cigarettes. So yes, that person's correct. I
Now,
should stop smoking.
The one thing about cigarettes is they're very low in dihydrogen monoxide. So,
Very low.
yep. X Penguin 95 says, if he can't understand simple science, how is he going to oversee budgets in council? It's a good question. Maybe they won't. Maybe you do something other than budgets. You can head up the dihydrogen monoxide removal project. Sound good? And this is the last one, the last super chat of the night. Donnie, I'm making you an offer. You would set me back several $1,000s, many hours of my time. Will you accept it, or are you running again?
Ooh.
Will I accept? Is this the guy from Australia?
Yes. Will you accept his generous offer?
So he will. I have to go there myself, or is he paying for it?
Of course, you need to get yourself to Australia. I know that's a difficult thing, so you might want to wait for after
I have to renew. Well, here's the whole thing. I would have to fly there, and I won't go get a vaccine to that because they're requiring it now. So.
Well, and I'm sure that
I want to get on an aircraft to go anywhere.
Okay. Well, I don't know.
Not with all the mask rules and everything.
Might not be anybody's loss. Okay. That maybe they have a meme department. Mute Donkey is saying.
A meme department.
Yeah, you can head up the meme department.
I would like to take him up on that offer. Now, clearly, I'm not a flatty.
Yeah.
But I could pretend to be one and be like, what would you expect to see if you actually took him up on his offer?
Yeah.
Episode 1, hunting and escaping.
Let's see. Yeah, somebody says S. Aston says you can lead Donnie to Watertown, but you can't make him think.
That was a good one. No,
All
I
right.
like that joke.
Yeah, Sarcastic Barman says, I won't have a vaccine, but I'll smoke.
That's a good one. That's another
There-
good point.
There is a little something that shows up there. When
Yes,
you,
I'm addicted to cigarettes. Yep. I actually quit cigarettes. Absolutely correct.
Try the patch. Anyway,
Yeah, I am. All right. Well, anyway, I think that's good enough. I'm half an hour, more than half an hour over when I wanted to start the next one.
one last thing to say.
All right.
Oh, God.
Keep it on topic.
So,
Okay, go
all
ahead.
right. So,
won't be.
make Looney Tunes Red's rhetoric and the other guy I don't like.
Geistview.
You guys are full of shit.
Neato.
You guys are full of shit.
That's
All
okay.
three are-
That's very Christian of you.
Yeah, that excellent new flavor of Christianese that you're speaking
That's
there.
fine. Yes.
Hey, Donnie, keep telling yourself that. I'm pretty sure one day even you will believe it.
People are wondering how old you are, Donnie.
Well, let's hear some guesses. Some guesses.
Well, and wait a minute. That's a trick question. Are we talking physically or mentally?
Mm.
Well,
So
let's
they're
have
two
both.
different numbers.
That's both.
Ooh, we got 35,
So, yeah,
32,
both. Let's have guesses for both.
2, 32, 43, 35, 47, 62. Oh, they're all over the
66.
place. I think the number 2 and 3 are coming up as pretty often. What's yeah, they're all over the place. What is the answer?
37.
37. I'm 13, by the way. So,
I gotta go.
all right. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, Donnie. Thank you, everybody, for coming along. I will be doing another stream shortly. If anybody wants to drop that link in the chat here, that would be. I don't think the guy's going to show. He's a former military and challenged me to a debate and then won't show up. Anyway, that's coming up next. I've got Dr. Wilson, Debunk the Funk with Dr. Wilson, will be joining me. He is excellent. And so thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you in a little bit.
Sounds like he's a piece of shit too.
Oh, you're so lovely. Bye.